Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Oh, praise be the Father. Assalamu alaikum. Y'all may be seated. Well, once again, I'm glad to be here. I'm happy that you all invited me here. I hope that we have a very understanding meeting because of the time and what must be done. Time is like time. It don't wait. It's very independent. It don't wait for no one. If you're ready, you take advantage of the time and it'll serve you. If you're not, you lose. And this is where we are today. It may not seem like, can you hear me back there? It may not seem like this is very much, or this isn't going very fast. Not too many people interested. That's not the criteria as to say whether this is authentic or not. Truth is truth. And what will be a very good thing for those that are hearing it, especially those that are the nature of it, to bear witness to it. It's a lot more being done from the center of this. I'm doing almost the impossible because of the few people that has recognized truth, and then they are acting in accord. We have quite a system set up. We have quite a system set up for our independence. For food, clothing, shelter, communication, transportation, and an opportunity for creation. This is what we already have in motion. It's not that we are trying to get it. We were trying about 5 years ago. Now we actually have it in motion. It is almost an indictment against the black man for not recognizing it. Whoever investigates this for the right reason, you will find that there is no personalism involved, no self-aggrandizement, none of these things that make it small. However, we've been so indoctrinated with what white folks think and the others that has come before us speaking. And we've almost gotten satisfied with a good speaker. You know, it's like you feel good for a moment while you listen to the speech and whatnot, and you feel good. When the speech is over and you turn to walk out, most of us never think, well, that was good. But you never think, good for what? And what am I to do with it? And I must say, I'm here at a very good time because everybody's come before me. You know, the messenger was here, and he actually raised the nation after 40 years. 40 years. He raised the nation against all odds, mainly his own people. Then we got Warwick Dean, came after him. And Minister Farrakhan or Lewis that came after him. So who's left? You got Silas. All before me. All of them came before me. All of them put together have not done for the black man what I've done within the last 4 years. All of them put together. So all before then, for the last 20 years or 25, 26 years, you've been mesmerized with oral, someone being very good at speaking. After that, that's it. To be taught to have good morals, good senses about yourself, and you're living in a country. And I really hope you're listening and thinking as I'm speaking, because I already know what I'm doing. I already know why I'm doing it. So whatever questions you may have in your mind as my motive or whatnot, my motive, I'll clear that up now, if it can be styled as a motive, is to make sure that there is no more dead black people. To make sure that there is no possibility of you ever being a slave anymore. Period. And my duty for the Supreme Being himself, the original Allah, is to end the last enemy of his, which is death. Get rid of it. Well, who's going to actually benefit from this? You going to benefit, have life everlasting because you're black? No, I don't think so. You have to be black to receive it. But just being black don't mean that you're going to receive it. If you have not accepted the rhythm of truth according to the time and the way the prophets or Allah has already laid it out before now, you're not going to make it. And it don't make no difference what you think. Thinking has been our problem. You either don't think or you think in the wrong way. When you should gather all of the evidence, like Colombo, and compile it and see what the evidence reads or what it says, what it indicates. And if you read it properly, then no person has told you anything. The evidence itself has shown you. Much like going to court. The judge don't know if you're innocent or not. Whatever the prosecutor brings or the defender brings and lays it out, that's what will determine if you're guilty or innocent. They don't necessarily go by what you say, how many tears you got, what kind of suit you wore, how nice and polite you look at the jury. That might have a little weight to it, but not enough to save you or convict you. So the intelligent person should gather the information or the facts that will determine what is and what isn't. And since I'm saying, which is true, I don't see nobody after me. That's doing. In other words, there may be some brothers that have stood up and say, well, I'm Allah, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. When you look to see what they're doing, you don't see nothing. So the last brother that has stood up to do anything for us is me. And you don't have to look at me. Most of the time, most people don't know anything about me personally or Solomon. They know something about the United Nation of Islam, the United Nation of Islam, because they see it on the net. It's talked about, and it's talked about more and more. It's getting to be more and more. So they see this. But very seldom they talk about Solomon, because it's not necessary for you to know me that way. If you want to see, well, where is this coming from, and your investigation leads you to me, then fine. And what you find when you get to me, you're not going to find anything wrong. I'll say it again. You're not going to find anything. You're not going to find nothing. You won't find nothing that is wrong. You may find a whole lot you don't like, but you ain't going to find nothing wrong. I already know this. I don't need no confirming this, because this is me. A lot of people say, well, I like what you're doing. Matter of fact, I'm supposed to have a meeting in Minnesota. And there is a newspaper, a person there that allows people to put articles and advertisements in his newspaper for free. So when we sent the representative sent the flyer to them and said, just put the flyer in your paper. He read it, Solomon, a lying person. Nope, he's not going to do that. I said, well, why are you not going to do it? Because he's not Allah. I said, wow, how does he know that? He's not Allah. So I'm not putting it in the paper. But you know what makes it so good about being Allah? That's not going to hurt me. Got a lot of papers. If I want to, I'll pay and put it in the paper. So because of his one opinion, it's not going to stop the progress. So when they call, I said, well, listen, call him back and ask him, how does he know this? And if he knows it, let us know so we can correct that. Sister answered the phone and she said, well, I understand, yes, that's what he wants to do, but that's not the practice that should be carried on. We're going to put it in the paper. So regardless of what they see of us or what I'm doing or causing to be done, that they can relate to. But you've been away from Allah so long, you just cannot conceive of a black man in your day and time standing up saying he is Allah and it be that. You just can't conceive that. Your brain can't even conceive it. So really what you've done or have been done to you have been locked in a time zone. You can't break the span of it. Today, unless Allah himself is with you, you cannot create, bring, make anything more than what you already see. You can't break the spirit of this man thinking. He's out in space. Most of us that's really about something or really want to see Allah, most of us is on the corner vendors. You can't work for white people because you know, well, they're the devil. I'm not saying here in Dallas. However, the black man as a whole, most of them, and especially the ones that really think that they're really wise, they're either on the corner talking, their wisdom, they're on the net writing it. You ask them, well, where's your job? I work for myself. What do you do? Whatever they're doing can hardly support them. Well, are you married? Yes. Are you with your wife? No. You got children? Yes. Are you supporting them? I can't. But you're the wise man. And here I am. I say, well, what I say, it says that I'm Allah. What I say says it. I don't have to say, well, I'm Allah. What I say says it. And everybody that comes to accept this or take a drink from the well of this wisdom, whether you're married, single, or not, I can take care of you. Right. But others of you that's so wise can't hardly take care of your singular self. But you're wise, black man. You're God. Can you imagine, just suppose that you are Allah, and you have this confronted with you every day. When one is doing it and he finally sees light and he stops, you got 20 more still doing the same thing. And what makes it bad, they'll go and tell somebody else, boy, it's crazy. He do good work, but he lost his mind when it comes to that. When you got all the scriptures, you got all the prophecies, you got all of the promises from Allah himself, what would take place and when. But you can't see it. How can this be? I didn't stop to say, well, I'll be successful if I'm accepted. I never thought about being successful. It never crossed my mind. What I am, not what I have, what I am, and what I am to do, I only saw that. I didn't see whether I was going to be loved, whether I was going to be hated, whether I was going to be fought against. I know the scientists did tell me it's going to be almost as hard with you as it was with the messenger. The only difference is your children, your family will be with you. The messengers wasn't. That's the only difference. So 40 million black people, let's say 30 million black people, by the time the messenger left us, or we took him. And out of all of that, he only got 144,000 for 40 years. If that ain't stubbornness, you mean to tell me if you got 30 million, 29 million, this may well say 30 million refused him. Even those in his family, there's not one that was with him that come from his loins from the first marriage or the first family that was with him, not one. Yet and still, you can't find a black man no place that did more than him. Can't find it. It's not in history. It's not written. So they said, well, yours is going to be almost as hard as his. Well, it's fine. Well, since I use math, I already won. Math don't lie to you. And as long as you use it, you'll be successful. And the difference with me, and I hope you all listen, I really do. I don't want to appear to be arrogant. I know I've said this several times. However, the redundancy of it seems to be necessary. So maybe one time that you hear it, out of the million, it might register. There is no one, and when I mean no one, absolutely N-O, no one's plural, that have my body makeup. I don't have negative in this particular physical body, which most people don't believe. Well, that's a belief. What you believe and what you don't believe don't mean nothing. I'm saying this because I really want you to think. And I'm speaking about the things that, you don't have to ask me any questions. I've been asked the same question so many times in so many different cities. So it's like talking to the same person all the time. You got the same question. It's being answered every city I go to. But most of the ones that was with Minister Farrakhan, you wasn't permitted to listen to any tapes, read any literature, or come to the meetings. Especially if it was in any major city where there was any number or a strength there. And I know some of y'all say, well, he never told me. Well, I don't know where you were at. However, amongst all that, like the messenger stated, nobody can take from him that he's the messenger. No one can take from me that I am Allah, the one that you've been seeking, the one that you've been praying, the one that you think is not a man. Those are all your thoughts. You can't prove that I'm not. I can prove in no limited time that I most certainly am. And it's to you and for your advantage. I'm going to live because I'm the God of life. And I shall make sure everyone that is with me experience the same thing. And everyone that thinks God can't be a man because this is what's stated or referred to in the Holy Quran, this can't be. You must understand who wrote the Quran, why it was wrote, and why it was given to the people that received it. If you don't understand that, you're starting off like saying 2 plus 1 is 3. But you never got 2. You just started off in space. It's almost like saying 1 plus 2 is 4. Then 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 plus 1 is 6 until you get to 100. When you get to, well, I made it to 100. You didn't. You're still at 99. Because you skipped one from the beginning. So the whole time you go into 100, you feel real good. You're so sure and you're so confirmed. But you started off wrong. And there's nobody there to show you started off wrong because they are all in agreement with the wrong. And if everybody was so right and they were so perfect, what would be the need for me? With all of your rightness and all of your knowledge and all of your Qurans, how come we in the same shape that we were in slavery? Some worse. Is that saying that there's no power in the book? Not enough to spark the nature of you to do what the book reads. So this is why it says, after messenger speaking, after me comes God himself. He didn't say after me comes the Quran. He didn't say after me comes Prophet Muhammad. He didn't say after me comes Minister Lewis. He didn't say that. He asked for a helper, and Allah said, look, I will give you your brother Farrakhan. And remember, he's your prophet, not mine. Remember that, Elijah. He's your prophet, not mine. So what it's really saying is, the law is that we always give the mother herself first before the boy comes. So the messenger is like the wife of Allah. So Allah gives the messenger another female like him. The minister. That's why he says not mine, meaning that he's a female. He's not mine. Mine, I want you to produce. And I'm going to climb a 40-mile mountain and eat rattlesnakes just for you to produce that one. That will be me. Not me, the person Master Prophet Muhammad taught. You're looking at the one that was produced. The brother of Minister Farrakhan. The God, the lamb, not the sacrificial lamb. The man-child that was born from the lamb. The woman standing on the moon, clothed in the sun. 12 stars on her head. The one that was sent after giving birth into the mountains, in the hills and caves, to make sure that she was protected for a time while this baby was being nourished, while the other people was putting out all kind of vile stuff concerning this particular baby and the mother. And the earth opened it up and swallowed all of these vile things that was cast at the mother and the baby. That was Wallace. He talked about his father like a dog. Matter of fact, he even said, my father like a dog in heat. That ain't what Allah said. Allah said, you were my messenger. Well, he comes up and says, you, my father. So what does that mean? It don't take precedence over the messenger of Allah. It don't take precedence over that. So all this stuff was spewed out to try you, black man. Those that were with the messenger and those that would come behind him. Because we only want the ones that is true to their nature. Not people that have been so mixed up with this devil and so in bed with Satan that you always want to agree on making a deal. I'll be with you if. I'll accept this if. You got to add a clause in it. I being alive, I don't accept that. Because I'm independent. I really am. I am independent. It's so good to be that way. It really is. So it don't make no difference if you come or not. This place is going to burn, and I'm the one that is burning it. I know when it's going to happen, and I know your cries. I heard them before you cried. And I decided that when it does happen, I won't be around to hear it. It's not necessary. Am I talking mean? Oh, I hope not. I hope not. I would like to be speaking in such a way where it pricked your interest. If you're wondering why I appear the way I do, you all should already know that. You know, this lamb that was the glory of the Lord that lit the city. This city that would need no sunlight and no moonlight to light it. However, the lamb was the glory of it and the light of it. And before it got to that point, it says this particular lamb looked as though he was slain from the foundation of the earth. He wasn't a handsome brother. His teeth was missing. Now, if I went and got false teeth and covered it up and you wouldn't have known, I wouldn't be right. If I already know what the scriptures is and I'm in complete harmony with it because it really came from me. So why should I come personally and try to alter it? Just be me. And when it gets time for me to really alter it, I bring back the real. The real. I am a lot of us can do it. After we make sure that the scripture is fulfilled, a period put to that. And that's what we have not as of yet come to face with. The fullness of things. The messenger was the fullness of all prophets, all messengers. He was the end of that. He was the seal of that. Because he came to the people that was by nature put into motion to be the new people, the black man that was brought here in North America. You the new God. You the children of the new God, me. Your knowledge will come from me. The understanding will come from me. However, it agrees with you. It's not going to come from Prophet Muhammad. It's not going to come from Minister Farrakhan. He don't know this. And because he has refused it, is why he finds himself in the condition that he is. I am Allah. You don't tell me no and be that way consistently when you have no right. You don't have no right to do that. Because by him saying no, I'm going to ignore you, pretend that you don't exist. And I'm the only person that speaks against him and the wrong that he's doing. And I don't run. I don't have no 100 men walking up and down the street with me. I go to the street by myself. Well, I'm God. Yes, if you come, I know when you're coming. Sometime I hope you catch up. Have a good little talk. When you're God, you can talk this way because it's real. And I'm not saying it because I don't like the minister. I'm highly upset with anyone, according to what the Quran reads. When you decide to go away from God yourself, that's one thing. When you're in the position to lead others away, your style is deaf. Your styled. Not that you are deaf, but your style is that, because you're taking away the opportunity for those that would be right, the opportunity, based on your reputation that we made you have. Now you're going to take it and use it against me. I'm saying this because I see some faces in the audience. I want to answer some questions before you even ask it. I've been asked this so many times. And in the beginning, I was rather light on the minister because I was really hoping, after I'd already talked to him a couple of times, face to face in the palace, there on Greenwood, that he would actually see. I don't have no harm for him. I don't have no harm for the black man, period. If I did, I wouldn't come. You're doing enough harm in your own self. You don't need me to help you. That's for damn sure. You wide open just killing yourself. I did a post. Matter of fact, on our board, we have a website. I think we opened up a discussion board, webpage, or board, however you say it. I decided to do a center page, like in the Muhammad Speaks. The messenger used to have a center page where you read where he spoke. And Muhammad Speaks means that God spoke. So since we're moving up in modern time and have modern equipment, so I came up with a center page and I spoke on death. If you all have it before you leave, if it's here on the table, make sure you pass it out and read it. If not, the secretary will come up and give you our web address and log in and read it. You should read everything that you see coming across the net from us. Nothing is wasted. And to have everybody falling over backwards about Aaliyah. Ignorance killed her. Ignorance. Here's a pilot, knows what kind of weight the plane carries. So what was he offered to ignore that? Ignore that. And let's look at it. Did God know that this was going to happen? In other words, was she so in my bosom that I would absolutely take care of her? So nothing like that would happen? Evidently, no. She was in y'all's bosom. Twisting and grinding. Look pretty. Snakes look pretty too. Skunks look pretty. We got some beautiful looking spiders. But if you play with them, you're courting death. So we see what happened to our sister. Ignorance. Supposed to be a Muslim? How come they don't know me? If they do, you have no faith, no belief, no nothing concerning this. But I'm doing what nobody else could and can do. Minister Farrakhan, that 20-some years, he ain't raised no nation. What he did come into, when I was there, I came with that in 1984, helped him get the palace, helped them get things back. I did. Brought stuff before they got their trucks and whatnot. I was trucking. I bring their fish to the final call building and unload it, go down in the basement and stack it up in the basement for them. But he's not going to tell you none of this because he don't want you to know Solomon. So I was there all along watching everything. Just like I was with the messenger. I brought the bullets all across the country. Swapping gears. Taking all the papers to New York. All the way down to Miami. Every week. The farms in Alabama and Georgia. I was there when they got them. He helped take the tractors down. Went up to Wisconsin and loaded the tractors up and took them down on a flatbed. We had so many on it, so wide we could only travel in the daylight hours. Had to have a special permit. I carried them down. Watermelons that was carried from the farm to different places, I trucked it. At all the same time, still watching. Still looking. And like when I asked Brother Benny in Chicago, Brother Benny, I spoke at the DuSable Museum. And everybody was so against me because I'm talking about the minister. And I should be with the minister. Because the messenger said, wherever he go, go. Wherever he say, stay from, stay from. Whatever he said, follow the minister. The messenger never said that. He did say go where he said go, and say where he said stay from. But he never said follow him. Because he already knew where he was going. That's why he said, when you turn hypocrite, I pray Allah go after you and bring you back. He didn't say if you turn hypocrite. When you turn hypocrite, I pray Allah go after you and bring you back. This might be a hurting thing. So what? Your appendix hurt, you go to the doctor, they give you a couple shots, cut you open, take your appendix out, you're hurt for maybe a couple weeks, but you don't have that hurt again, it's over. A period has been put to it. Now your feelings is hurt. And I understand that because it's already written. People would love the minister. And when the Lord says, look, Moses, take him up on Mount Horeb and strip him of his arraignment. It didn't say, look, take him up on Mount Horeb and ask him to give his arraignment to his brother. The instructions were strip him because he wasn't going to give it up. And the people moaned, I think they say for 30 days. They just cried and moaned because they loved him so much. Allah never shedded a tear. It was his instruction for it to be done. So it looks like everybody's attention and love is in the wrong place. Nobody loves Allah. Nobody. You just want to talk his name. But to do what he does and think the way he thinks or learn how to do, you don't want that. You just want to say, Allahu Akbar, or Allah this and Allah that. Inshallah. Why does that got to be if it's Allah's will? Why you don't know what his will is? How in the world I'm going to ask you to go do something you don't know what I want you to do? So you say, well, I'm going and I hope I do what he says or I hope I do what he wants. Why you got to hope? I should tell you, go here, go over there to the table, pick up the book, the red one, and bring it here to me. Would you do that? Yes, sir. So you know exactly what you're going to do. You know what my will is for you to go, get the book, bring it back and give it to me. That's intelligent. But for me to say, well, go and do my will. Well, what is your will? So when you go, you don't know what it is, so you got to say, well, inshallah. But we didn't bring you over here from Africa, from what you call a mother country, to end up with that foolishness. You were brought here for a specific reason, and you're going to answer that. You're going to answer that reason whether you like it or not, because it's not a thing of choice. It don't depend upon whether you like it or not. It goes with what it was planned for. And it was planned for the new man to be developed here in North America in the belly of hell. Where Satan himself could not say, well, we can't say he's God because he didn't go to the worst part. Oh, we did. Name some place that's more wicked than this place. Instead of calling it Mount Horror, they call it Babylon the Whore, which is one and the same. So the minister has reached the level, he can't go no higher in this world's life. But we find that this world's life is nothing but Satan. It may be a sad reality, but reality means just that, it's real. So I'm right here in the belly of hell. And I don't have no fear because I'm instructed that way. Solomon, fear not. Yes, sir. And don't be dismayed at what takes place. You be about doing. Be about doing. Build my house. I did not allow your father to build it because he had negative in him. He witnessed too many wars. You're young and tender, so you build it. You're not scarred in your thinking the way your father was. And the city or the righteous kingdom that must be built shouldn't be built from that type of scarring. So go to it, I'm with you. And all that you need before David passed, or Moses passed, or whoever is at that particular time, everything's already been laid out for you. The Lord says, David, prepare for him. So it tells you, well, David went and got all these nails and gold and silver and cedar trees and got it prepared. But David didn't do it. He got it prepared for Solomon, because the Lord told David, so listen, you shall have a son, You shall have a son, and his name shall be Solomon. He shall be my son, and I shall be his father, and he shall build my home. And I will give him rest in all the days of his life, peace on all four sides. And I got to bear witness, I'm experiencing it. So much so, I want all of y'all to experience it, but you hold it up. I can't do that. There's no way in the world. Allah, or man, please. Well, if that's not true, the Bible is a complete lie. I will walk with you. I will talk with you. I will sup with you. I will be your God. You will be my people. Will be my people. I will wipe away all your tears, all your sadness, all your sorrows, and I'm going to end death. You're not never going to die if you're with me. I'm going to keep my promise to the original law. That's what makes me the new one. I'm ending death. And we put it in the book so you would understand it. A question was asked in the Bible. I'm asking a question. Oh, grave, where is your victory? Death, where is your sting? Because it's not a reality anymore. You should get what I wrote about death. Black man, you're a powerful man, however, only if you're going to be what you're supposed to be. Anything else other than that, you use your power against yourself and you will witness your own miserable death. As beautiful as Aaliyah was. And so many people in their ignorance is asking, why did God do that? God didn't do it. He had a man here 40 years. How come the parents didn't know and guided her child in the right direction? And why is it that Minister Farrakhan didn't do what he was supposed to do concerning me? So that all of this knowledge would already been known. A place would be set up for you for safety. If you wanted to do that type of activity, we have our own. And do it in the righteous manner. So it is the Nation of Islam, or what he has done, has made it look like it's no more than, matter of fact, a little less than anything else. So what stands out with the nation is a mafia or mafia ran or an occult thing. That's the way the world sees it. And they don't just come up and say, well, that's the way I want to see it. The activities shows that. There's quite a few brothers from the nation call me. They call the secretarial department. They ask questions. And they all agree. So when we ask them, so what you going to do now? Well, I'm with the minister. See? Where did you get that from? What would make you bear witness to truth and then turn your back on it? What would make you do that? Is it the love of the minister that he's shown you? If that's the truth, real love is the truth. If a man won't tell you the truth, he's not your lover, he's your enemy. If he know it, he won't tell it. And I went to him first. I didn't just go out in the street and start talking. Before I did anything, I went to the palace, got a meeting with him. Matter of fact, I kept trying to get a meeting with him. He kept saying no. I said, oh no, we're going to have this. Help you to listening so you have the proper evidence to weigh what you should do. Because you're going to have to move either backwards or forward. I'll be damned if I'm going to let you stand still. Now, if you think you got more power than me, stand there and see what happens. After that, you just be flapping your lips and nothing going to happen. And when you do, every other word you say is going to be an error. So the wise man be looking on through. Poor boy wants to do something, but he ain't going to be able to do nothing. He got all his verbs and adjectives in the wrong place. When I finally went there and stayed with his brother, Alvin Farrakhan, in Chicago on 72nd Street, right down from the temple. And he found out I wasn't going no place. Then he said, well, look, come to the temple and let me see you. I said, fine. That's what he needs to do, is see me. If he sees me, he will know. I don't have no harm against him. I don't have nothing against him. I don't have no malice against him. I have nothing against him. If he would remember in 84, when I was doing all that work for the nation, with no money, if I charged the nation anything, it was only expenses that I'd have to pay for fuel for the tractor trailer. Brothers down in Mississippi wanted 10,000 pounds of whiting H&G that the nation had. They used to store their fish in the Ashland cold storage. Couldn't get nobody to take it down there. I went and got a partial load. Matter of fact, I went and got a full load. Stacked it up, knew it was going to be overweight. Went and got the 10,000 pounds and put it on the back of the trailer. And had to duck the scales to make sure I got it to the brothers in Mississippi. When I got there with it, you know what they said? We had no idea it was going to be this much. Are you all listening? I'm giving you some evidence. So you just listen to what I'm saying according to Scripture. I'm living this. I am living it. And you on the other end living it. I went to the temple as his instruction. Went and sat on the second seat from the front on the outside. That's where the brother ushered me. And before he came up to speak, the place just about filled up. You know what they call Mars Marion. Brother came, tapped me on the shoulder. Come on, go with me. Oh yeah, no problem. Jumped up, went on back, went on outside of the door. He said, come on, follow me. He started down the steps. We got to the first landing downstairs going towards the bathroom. Because I'd been in the place a zillion times. You know, when the messenger was there, I drove trucks and everything, so I knew it inside and out. So I got to the second level. I stopped. I said, where you going? He said, well, you need to go with me. I said, no, whatever you got, you tell me right here. He said, well, what is this you going around talking about, you Master Fard Muhammad? I looked at him and kind of laughed. How could that be? My mother's not white. He got a little disturbed. I said, well, I'll just answer your question, brother. I'm not saying that. These are lies spent by your people. And if that's all you got for me, I'm going back upstairs. So I started back up. He shot up past me. Got to the door, stood in front of the door, got another brother there that I knew from the time of the messenger. So he looked at me, he's half smiling and half. Alvin comes to the door. Brother, he's with me, brother. They told him, look, you go sit down. He turned like a little whipped puppy. I said, man, this is Minister Brother. They talked to him like that. He did what they said. He just went on back. So I stood there, I said, now, what you going to do? The minister said for me to come. I said, what you going to do now? The minister said for you to come. I said, that's exactly right. So he went someplace and came back and carried me back and set me on the front. He came, talked. I sit there the whole sermon. Then when I left, he sends a note for me to call him 5 o'clock in the morning when his workout time. I called him. That's when we got the first meetings, 2 of them. Y'all don't know nothing about that because he don't tell you. You think I just sprung up and going to talk about the minister. You have been absolutely shut off from the light. You're groping in the darkness out of loyalty. And when I went in the beginning in 1984 to offer my services to them, and then I said, well, they said, well, are you going to come in and be with them? I said, yes, I'm out. I ain't never left. If this is what you're going to do, hey, I'm with you. Well, you have to sign this paper. What paper? They brought it to me. I looked at it. And it read something in the sense of, you know, I have not been right. You know, I have not kept my duty. You know, I've gone off to teachings. And I'm supposed to sign that. I said, I can't sign this. Because all this, what this is stating, I haven't done. So Minister Larry at the time, and now his name is Akbar, he came down, they carried me to him, because I wouldn't sign it. They carried me to him in the final call building in the back with the office. He had a little office back there. And I knew him from New York, and he knew me. He said, Royall, why you won't sign it? I said, because I ain't did none of that. He said, well, have you raised up a nation? I said, no, I wasn't supposed to. I've been waiting on y'all. Well, you mean to tell me you haven't done anything? I said, you mean like drink a Pepsi Cola or something like that, or eat something that ain't supposed to eat? Yes. I said, yeah, I did that. He said, well, you should sign it. I said, I ain't signing it. I walked away. I thought about it. I said, well, now, if I'm going to actually make any impression here or help the nation, I will do it from within. I said, give me the paper. I signed it. I gave it back to him. So I know what the ones that came in the nation, what you went under and what you thought was supposed to take place. Everything that has been promised, you haven't received it. Nothing. So when the finality came, and see, at the time I went, I already knew who I am. At that time, I already knew. Because I'd already been taken on the ship around the universe, not around Texas, around the universe, and given a little knowledge of everything. And most certainly knowledge of him. And he ain't the only one. Matter of fact, he ain't the one that's I'm most concerned about. He's just giving me a little trouble. We got one more man that's really something else. You're going to see him in a few days. But in the meantime, the barrier from the light, the dark cloud has to be removed. And all they have to do is just give a little wind, and the cloud will move. And then we hope that the light won't be too piercing, where it will hurt you to look at it. I'm saying this because I am Allah. I have the right to say it. It must be said so you will know. This is not a playtime. And you should really listen. Not just to look, wait for me to finish and express your thoughts, because your thoughts are not mine, never was. I'll share with you how to have my thoughts, but then you have to accept it. I'm not going to force it on you. You either be with me or you're going to burn. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. And I won't feel anyone that's with me will not experience any guilt from it, because the table was set before you. All you had to do is come partake of it. And all of the food is the same way as the water of the well of Zamzam. You eat as much as you like and never get full, but you're always comfortable. I hope you all didn't eat before you left home and now you're sleepy. This is something that you all should know. Now, as far as the things that we need as a people, the first thing you need is knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. And you need the formula of how to obtain knowledge without asking somebody else. Now, during the course of you getting this, you need to also take care of your outward exterior, which is your body. You need food. You need clothing. And you need shelter. So while that is taking place, since the Lord thought so highly of me, that's why I would like for you all to like what I'm doing. Not necessarily like me, but like what I'm doing. Then the Lord can also like you. But if you show a dislike to me, they might not show no dislike to you, but they don't help you do nothing. They just watch you. Like the book reads. We'll give them 6,000 years, 6 days, and while we're giving them that, we'll just wait, cross the arm, just wait. Not that they couldn't be stopped, but they were promised 6 days, so we just waited. We'll do the same with you. Just suppose in your most vivid imagination that I really am Allah. And you come up and look back and see how many people is here. Would that be an indictment against Dallas? The black man here? Or the brothers in their weak expression of making it known that I would be here? Where would the fault lie? Or would it be from the beginning with the minister? When I went with him, he admitted like everybody else, well, I don't see anything wrong with it. The second meeting, he says, well, it don't fit with the messenger's teaching. I said, well, why not? Well, it just don't. Well, why not? It can't just, because when you just something, it means that it is just. You can back it up and it's just. So what is the just? Couldn't come up with it. I'm not going to have the second meeting. I thought, you're going to have this meeting. You can forget that. You're going to have it. And he seen I was serious. He said, well, I'll give you 20 minutes. I said, okay. I can deliver it to you in 20 minutes. 2.5 hours later, I had to let him go. I let him go. I let him go. The captain kept running to the door. Brother Minister, the appointments is backing up. They keep backing up. They kept saying, just tell them, hold on. But y'all don't know none of this. You would know it if you were listening to the tapes, because I've said it more than once. So if he had accepted then, and I didn't say, well, look, Minister, I'm coming as a law, and I'm going to be before the people, and I forget that I stuff. If that was the case, when the Quran was written, it would have been this way. I, Allah, am the best knower, and I will do everything. Then anyway, right, it starts off, I, Allah, am the best knower. Then it goes to chapter 2. And it talks about al-Baqarah, the cow, or the heifer. Is that right? So it lets you know after the I, he got something else. So after the I went to the something else. The female, my sister, Lewis. Since he was already feeding the people, why should I go and stop it? Here, you feeding them, here's some better bread. Here's some better knowledge. Here's some better wisdom. Here's some better freedom. Feed them that. They don't even have to see me. Just do it that way. I didn't intend to speak on that, but the thoughts I'm picking up from here You need to know this. And if I were not who I am, the mere thought of confronting such a man would give you a heart attack. Fear would automatically jump into you. It ain't like I wasn't no FOI. I mean, I was FOI when FOI were FOI. You remember, Brother Minister? I was back there with the messenger. When they say let's jump, we jump high. And we knew that the messenger was backed by Allah. He never changed his stance. You didn't have to wonder what he is today and he come up and have another meeting tomorrow or something like it and he's saying something else different or contrary to what he said today. That never happened. So the FOI were FOI. And I kept on being FOI, still one. I'm the fruit. I'm the real fruit.
Yes, sir.
I'm the real fruit. It may be distasteful, however, it's true. It's true. I'm dealing against the wishes of Satan and against the will of the devil and against the nation of Islam and its leaders. I have never met, there's no offense, I'm just putting out some facts. I have never met anyone that lies more than the brothers in the nation of Islam, except the preachers. I had the experience, this was last Sunday, I spoke into the church by invite. The first time a reverend invited me to speak in his church. I couldn't believe it. I said, what? He said, well, only be for 15 minutes. I said, fine, I'll be there. 15 minutes, went to the church. He told me what time to be there. I was on time, as usual. I had to sit through the whole proceedings. If I didn't know why this was being done, it would have been supreme torture. They were singing about me. They were jumping up and down about me. They was collecting money in my name. I even put some money in the pot. And he was supposed to go on the radio broadcast at 12 o'clock. And the proceedings took so long before it got there that I was supposed to speak 15 minutes before he went on the radio. It went on until 11:55. He called me up. I said, well, how much time do I have now? He said, you still got your 15 minutes. I called the radio station and told them that I would be 10 minutes late. I said, a reverend? By all means, thank you. First one kept his word. I said, well, there is hope. The minister's brother called, they call you, so you call me back in so and so time. Okay, I'll call back. Never hear from him. I mean, countless times over and over and over. Well, you coming to the meeting? I'll be there. In the meeting, don't see them. If they come as though they have been sent just to get the information and go back with it. They themselves don't take in what they're hearing because they are too offended at what they're hearing, so they really don't hear. The only thing they hear is, he is against my leader. I should jump up and take him out now. Maybe you should. Out to dinner. Because that's the only way I go. I'm being humorous, but I'm being real. You can do this if you're really God. You can really do it. And as soon as you be God, you will be doing the same thing. Because it's a lot out here that needs what you hear. What you hear. They need to hear this. They need to know the reality of it. And everything I'm doing, food, clothing, and shelter, everybody that's with me, full time, are all volunteers. They don't get paid a dime.
Yes, sir.
Not a dime do they get, but they don't long for nothing. When I went to the church, a whole busload was there. I said, look, don't all of y'all come in, because we're going to have another speaking engagement at another place. I can't hardly go no place. They wanted to come down here. I said, hey, ain't no need for that. I'm going to be back in Kansas in a couple of days. Sunday I'll be in Wichita. They said, well, look, we're going to come down to Wichita. I said, well, if you get enough members that want to pay for the bus to come down, fine. I'm not paying for it this time. Because after Wichita, I'm going to be right down in Kansas City, Kansas. After that, I'm going to St. Louis. After that, I'm going to Indianapolis. After that, I'm going to Detroit. After that, I'm going to Minneapolis, Minnesota. After that, I'm going to St. Paul. After that, I'm going down to Little Rock, Arkansas. After that, I'm going to, California? Oakland, California. I just left New York. You should get that tape.
Yes, sir.
You should get it. I think it would be worthy of your ears. And I'm doing this because time is up. The messenger said, I will ask the devil, and he put it on the back of the paper. We're going to ask Mr. Bobo, or the white man, to take care of us from 20 to 25 years. In the year 2000, 25 years had expired. So this means there had to have been someone that has got a system set up that would support the will of the black man within that period of 25 years. After that, the white man don't have to take care of you. I got it up and running. I got it up and running. If you want to go someplace, how many buses you want? And I let the nation know this. When they went to the Million Family March, they was calling all kind of buses. I said, we got buses. Well, you mean to say you would take us? I said, well, no problem. You're going to pay. We'll take you. I mean, we ain't going to let you have the bus and you drive it because you're going to wreck it just because it's ours. We'll send our own driver. I got one sister that she loves to drive. You know, just to make you see that we don't have no female ministers. Not that they can't, but we got some wise sisters. That's right. They've been drinking good water from me. However, she loves to drive. I said, go ahead and drive the bus. She went and got her license. We got an automatic bus for her. She drives. Looks good, too. White people come, want to take a tour of what we're doing. And they say, well, will you pick us up? No problem. We go by and pick them up. They get on the bus. They're so shocked when they see her. You're driving this big bus? Because she's very petite. I taught her very well how to do it. Everybody's excited about this but you all. I mean, excited. We're dealing with Africa now. I'm not going to say too much about it. I'll say this. You remember the Muhammad speech when they had the hands? Well, we're actually doing that. We sent the National Secretary for the Nation of Islam, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's secretary. We sent him over in Africa because he's been used to doing that because he did it for the nation. And how I told him to conduct himself, they is eating him up. They giving us so much stuff, we have to say, look, wait a minute, we have to digest what you're already doing. Now, the way you piling on us, we're not going to be able to handle it. So allow us to do it this way. And they said, well, look, what we want to do, and we're already in the process of doing this, we're drawing up an agreement. If you will agree to this, you sign it, that we want you all, the United Nation of Islam, to develop our country. I didn't say the continent of Africa. The people that we're dealing with, they want us to develop their country. But you know one thing? The only people that I would trust to go there to do that are the ones that has been with me and is going through or have gone through the mathematical thinking courses. Because you've got to be able to think. You can't be personal. And your problem, especially with the minister, is extremely personal. So you can't learn nothing. So you can't be sent no place. You got to be debriefed. Because of just one man. And our boss is something like 76 years old. He looks like 45. Even overweight. And the king was so happy about him, he called another king up north in Africa and told him about our boss and what we had done. He said, well, can he come up? I wanted to see him. So I said, yeah, it cost $2,000 just for his air flight from where he was at to go up north. We paid it. He went up and saw the king. He said, well, matter of fact, we got 150 kilos of gold and 120 kilos of gold dust. We want you all to have it. Our boss went up there and saw him and whatnot, and he sent word back to me, I'm so happy you sent an elder. That's showing proper respect to them. You sent an elder to us. And one of the king's maids or helpers, whatnot, they spoke up and said, you had to come from God. He did. But see, you all are so far behind in this, and it's not that it's not written, it's in the Bible. Look under Bezalel. This man was given the knowledge and wisdom of all workmanship, all manner of workmanship, and he learned it from Elijah. And all agreements that we write up, all contracts, we write it up, even if we do it here with white folks. If we buy a piece of property and they come up with this long, ridiculous contract, 20 pages, talking a whole bunch of crap, we say, oh, no. We'll bring you the contract. We bring them the contract, they look at it. Well, if you don't accept it, we're not going to do it. And they sign it. Because that's what the messenger told him to do. Anytime we have any contract, you write it. And that's what he does. And the man is a genius. I've sitting in the office with just in purchasing a car. The first brand new, well, it wasn't brand new. Brand new to me. The first car I got, he went and dickered with the man. There was a black man there that was actually the salesman. And what Rasul started dealing with him with, the man got so frightened, he went and got his boss. When his boss came back, guess what he was? A Jew. So now the black man is thinking, well, we're going to bow down to this. And I was sitting there watching it. They went at it. This man turned red, he turned all kind of, and a boss was just laughing. Well, what I seen, they loved it, both of them. A boss liked it, and the Jew liked it. But we got what we wanted. I said, well, this is the man. I don't have to see nothing else. This is him. He has learned his lesson well. Now we'll go from automobiles to real property. Real things that benefit the black man as a man, not me as a car. Because I was riding in a 76 Buick, big deuce and a quarter, yellow, of all colors. But some astrologers seen it, numerologists saw it, they said, whoa. I just stopped the car and got him going to the restaurant. He stopped me and said, who are you? I said, why you ask? He said, this car you riding in, it like represents Pluto. Was it Pluto, he said? I think it was Pluto. Power. I said, really? He said, yes, sir. I'm going to make a statement about that too. Like they said, a preacher came in, he had his gun in the Bible, pulled his gun out and they got up and ran. The people that was left was the one that he really needed to teach. So you're seeing the same thing here. Whenever you go to a place and you just want the sweets and the dessert, and you don't get the meal, you may get sugar diabetes. You missed the main course. You want all the glitter and the glory and don't have no foundation to support it. So because they don't hear what they want to hear, they leave. Fine. So if it ain't but one stand, and if they've heard me 1,000 times, I'm still going to keep my duty. Because in the end, and it most certainly is going to be an end real soon, we're going to see if what the prophets predicted is true. When you come knocking on the door, Solomon. I go to the door, yes. Can you let me in? I don't know you. I know you not. Everyone that I know and knows me is inside here. So go find who you know and let them save you. And I don't care what you do, you're not going to get the door open. Isn't it wonderful being God? It don't make no difference if it's 1,000,000 or one. All the people got up in the church, went up there and gave big bucks. One woman got up and gave a penny. And they said Jesus thought more of that, because that's all she had, than the ones that gave all that big money. Let you know how God thinks. That's exactly how I think. Exactly how I think. And I'm not going to compromise. I'm not going to take on a partner because you don't like me. I want you to like me, so I'll lighten up. Oh no. Because our time is right here. It ain't coming, it's right here. If you know I know the truth and I didn't tell you, you're going to be highly upset with me. So that's not going to happen. I'm going to tell you, you can be upset, but not highly in the beginning. When you see the fullness of what I told you about, then you're going to say, oh, I love you. Oh, I'm so happy. I didn't go the way I thought. You think about it. You tell me some preacher saying what I'm saying. Or tell me the minister saying it. I'm not talking about a line off in some off-way distance someplace. Or how magnificent the Quran was wrote. I ain't talking about that. And you got to conjure up in your mind how Allah's going to serve you or you serve him, how you going to do it? No. I'm right here telling you. We need food, clothing, and shelter. I got a system set up to produce it. Come in and participate. And in your participation, you will learn how to think the way I think. So the statement won't have to be true to you about my thoughts and not yours. We will have the same thoughts. And I got the power to make it work. Make it work. I do. White folks come up, we have some trouble with them, they call me and say, Father, we're at so-and-so place, and this man is acting crazy. I say, he is. Well, what's he doing? He won't allow us to do so-and-so, and so I said, put him on the phone. I said, Mr. So-and-so and so, what's the problem? You know, I have my men there, and they need to do so-and-so and so, and we'll be out in a few moments, but this is necessary. Is there some way that this can be done? No. What is the problem? Is there a danger to us that we don't know about that you're stopping us from being hurt? Oh, no, sir, Mr. Solomon. No, oh, just go right ahead. And I'll tell you something else that just happened. On the way down to New Orleans, the bus had a blowout. It got almost to the place, had another blowout. And I'd already put the tires on there to make sure they weren't recaps. But Satan was working. We get down to the place, I said, look, go to the tire place, find out what it is, and have the tires put on. They said, well, no tire place is open. It's Saturday afternoon. No place is open. I said, well, don't worry, but just wait a couple of minutes. They waited a couple of minutes. I said, well, call the nearest place that got tires. They called, somebody was open. They said, we're not open, but we know somebody that's got some. They called me. They went and seen the man come off in a fire truck. Brand new tires, come off in a fire truck. One tire would cost $450. We needed 2 tires. He was selling the new tires that he took off the fire truck for $100, same size we needed. And bus tires is odd sizes. So the man said, well, look, since y'all are non-for-profit, I'll work out something with the state, you can just take the tires. And he looked at it, the credit card, the United Nation of Islam, but he didn't see United. He saw Nation of Islam. He said, wait a minute, I never should have said that. I don't know why I even said it. And so the brother said, well, what happened? A while ago you was ready to help us, whatnot. Well, I shouldn't have said it. So the brother said, well, look, did you read that right? The United Nation of Islam. He read it again. He said, oh, but he wanted to cover up his bigotry, or he said, well, all right, well, I'll see what we can do. I'll tell you what, go get the tires and put them on and just pay for them, have them put on, and give me, give us what you. The dislike of the Nation of Islam was going to cost us, and many, many times we run into this. As long as they think we're the nation, we got all kind of hell. When they find out we're not, whole different thing changes. Whole different thing changes. Brian Witness said we are not going to be stopped. I hope I'm not boring you. I want to make sure I gave you a little evidence. Because the little brother was here last time I was here. They got up and left. Black man. Supposed to have, look like he got a lot of melanin. Should be able to think. You need to know why and what's holding you up. You need to know it. Regardless of who you're getting it from, you need to know it. Now, I'm not going to prolong this much longer. I said what I think that you all, I say think. No, I'm going to say, I said what was needed to be said for a base for you to be able to see what should be done. Now, before you leave, and I think the brothers have some things on the back of the table there. Are those our watermelon?
Yes, sir.
Come from my phone?
Yes, sir.
Did they bring them on our truck? Or you all got them? Oh, what'd you bring from
Wichita?
Wichita?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, anyhow, these are some of the things that's being produced. You need to know that you have a real, and I want you to listen. Put it this way, you should listen. You have a real man about doing manly things that's in accord with the time. So I can't fail. I don't care how right you are if it ain't time for it. It's like it ain't right at all. And as far as the Quran is concerned, for us as a people here in North America, it's out of time. It's true, but it's out of time. It can't serve you. It cannot supersede me, the author of it. It was for another time and another people. Might hurt, but that's the truth. So I would ask that all of you all, if you can, log on, find out as much about what I'm doing as possible. And as quickly as possible so you can make the right decision for you. I've already made my decision. Really, I didn't have no decision because it's me. It is me. And since it is me, I'm just being me. You know, I'm being alive. I don't know if I feel any better or if I can jump any higher. However, I do know I have power to make things happen if it's right. And I have power to stop things from happening if it's wrong. You're supposed to have the same thing. I don't want it just be me. If that's the case, heck, I'm going to be lonely. It'll always be like I got children. I don't want always children. I want them to grow up to be adults so we can look eye to eye and we speak. That's the way it should be. I don't want no followers because every time they stumble, I got to go back and pick them up. They're a burden. I want you with me so I can develop you. Then this way you won't speak of Solomon, I won't speak of you. We just speak of creation and keep doing it since it's got all this space. Maybe I'll try to fill it up. Make any sense? Well, if you got any questions, I know it may take a little time, a little warm in here. We have a mic over there if you'd like to ask any questions of me. And this is something else too. There is no one that I know of that permits this. If questions is permitted, it's permitted on a particular subject. And it has to be that way because nobody can answer all questions. They just can't do that. With me, I just say, hey, ask the question. Because I'm the man. So if you got any, go ask the question and I'll satisfy them. What I am doing is I'm getting in practice for the Queen of Sheba. So when she come and pose hard questions, I can go and answer them without breaking a sweat. And those that have actually come, I want to thank you for coming. And I repeat, I do not want you to leave here thinking I got something against anybody. However, I most certainly am against ignorance. Darkness of your mind or thinking. I'm against that. That's all. That's all I'm against. I'm not against nothing else. I'm not against white folks. I'm not against the devil. I'm not against the minister. I'm just against ignorance. That's it. Yes, ma'am. Whenever. Oh, you got. I hope you all, and feel free, just be respectful. What you believe is one thing. What you know and can prove is a different thing. If you know and can prove that I'm not Allah, if you got that kind of knowledge, that automatically means that you got respect for knowledge. You know how to be respectful. And you come and present your proof. And if it's true, I got to accept it. Because it's true. Not because you said it. If it's true, I got to respect it. But if you come to express to me your feelings, that's a whole nother thing. That don't mean nothing because feelings change. Almost instantly. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. We need to... Oh, you got a brother? Oh, okay. Yes, sir.
My question to you is, you said, excuse me, you say that you're God. And I'd asked some questions of one of the brothers back there, and they were trying to explain to me that that you created yourself 70,000 years ago.
No, sir. Not 70,000 years ago. That's when I made my showing here.
You made a showing?
Yes, sir. To the original Allah.
So you're not the original Allah?
No, sir.
You're the new Allah?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So will there be another Allah?
No, sir.
Okay. What was the need? Well, what was the purpose for another, or you, so to speak?
Well, the purpose for a new Allah was to correct the error or the mistake that was in the original creation.
So the original Allah, there was a mistake with the original Allah or the creation?
Yes, sir. In his creation, an opponent came in his creation that he didn't plan on coming. However, since he didn't plan it and knew nothing of it, it registered as a mistake because he didn't know how to correct it and save himself. So for my own creation, I came to a creation that's something that's already in motion to help this one. So this is why it's necessary for me to be here.
But okay, so the creator, the original Allah, who is the creator
of this, of this universe,
of everything, was he the creator of everything?
Yes, sir. Of this universe,
of the universe. So did he know you were coming?
No, sir.
He didn't.
No, sir.
So he needed help from you, so to speak.
Well, yes, sir, but he didn't know it.
But he didn't know it.
No, sir.
And I know the young man earlier said that knowledge is what kills us. So that's what killed him then.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay.
I don't know who said that.
Well, someone said something about knowledge is death, or maybe I'm reading it wrong.
The absence of knowledge most certainly will cause your death.
Okay. So would we say that he died?
The original Allah?
Yeah.
No, sir.
He's still alive?
Yeah, but most certainly, yes, sir.
So there's two Allahs now?
Well, since I'm here as being the Allah at the moment, he's taking the title Lord. So
he's beneath you now?
Not in those terms of what you speaking.
Okay, I only know what I know. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but you said he's Lord, so
no.
Rank, how would that be in rank?
Calm, you in a hurry. I'm not.
Okay, all right, I'm just trying to get my question. I'm sorry about that.
What you're asking is extremely important. So if you gloss over it, or if you already have a preconceived idea in your mind that this can't be answered in a intelligent manner.
No, I don't. I really want to know. Now, I believe what I believe. I'll be honest with you. But I'm really inquisitive. I want to know.
All right, then. Okay. This is what happens. Now, if you can really think, each and every one of you all, to show that there's an error in the creation, you have a bow track. Provision already set up for negative. Already set up for it. If Allah was complete 100%, that would never take place. And because this came without his plan, was not in his plan for that to take place. So since he's seen that this was an element in his creation that he didn't make, this is why it is a mistake that came along with him in his creation that he could not correct. If he himself corrected it, he would wipe his own self out. So what he did was made provisions for it. So now when I show up, I tell him, look, I know how to correct the mistake in your universe. There isn't but one thing wrong. I can correct it because I don't have none of it in me.
Okay. Now, were you born of?
Wait, no, wait. You're going too fast. You're going too fast.
All right. I'm sorry.
What I just said, respond. Don't come back that quick. Okay. No.
Okay. No. But while you were responding, it brought up another question. That's why I was going to ask.
All right, yes, sir. But I want you to, since you asked the question, soak in the answer because this is for real. This is for real. And it's a question that's worthy to be asked. So it's the same principle. If you got something you can't handle, you can handle everything else but that one thing. And then I come along and I say, well, I know how to do it. And you say, well, show me. And I show you. Then you say, oh, okay. You own a whole lot of things. You turn everything over to me to make sure I go ahead and correct it. This is why when you read about Solomon did all this and he had to leave. He didn't stay. Solomon had to leave. So I'm here to correct the mistake in the creation. And when I finish that, I gotta go. So that's what's happening. So as long as I'm here, And I got more knowledge than him. In the book it reads Allah or the Lord and the Lamb, or the Lord and the Son of Man. I'm referred to in many different ways. However, every time I'm referred to something, it is I that is doing the work. I'm doing it. Now, if it was the Lord could do it and without me, it would be the Lord is doing it. But he can't do this. He can't do what I'm doing. He can talk to you, but he cannot correct the mistake. And that's why it is a mistake. It's not an error. If he had made an error, he could correct it. When you make a mistake, you can't correct it. Somebody else got to do it for you. So and that is ending the cause of death. When I end the cause of death, I would have gotten rid of the mistake in his universe or in his creation. Then I got to go.
Okay. Can I ask another question?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, were you born of flesh and blood parents?
This body was, yes, sir, but it was specially prepared, or it was done in a very special way.
At what time did that occur?
January 26, 1942.
And did Allah do that? He prepared you, or made
Yes,
your
sir.
body special?
No, we prepared this together.
Okay, so you were before then. How did you do it together and you weren't born yet? That's the question.
Oh, okay. The real you is not your body.
Mm-hmm.
All of us are entities that's inside a shell. So whenever you decide, or whenever you are dispatched to go to whatever planet, and we see you on this planet, the entity or the workings of what you are, by the time you're born, when your body is made for you, whatnot, it's like going to, General Motors or whatnot, and they make a car, sitting on a car lot. It can't do nothing, but it's a big, pretty car. Right. Can't move, can't do nothing, because the brains is not in it. Right. So now when you get in it, you're the entity. And the car is supposed to be able to do whatever you can think of, whatever you want it to do. So now, we need a body. We need a body that will not succumb to negative. So we produce this body, and the entity of me takes charge of it. You see?
But you were born in 42 though, right?
The body.
The body was.
Yes, sir.
You've always existed. That what you're saying?
No, sir. Not always existed, because I was created, and my creation came after the making of the sun. So you asking some heavy questions.
Okay, because I want to know.
Yes, sir. Well, that's good.
Was everybody then created after the sun?
No, sir. No, sir. Most of you are already created before the sun.
We were created before.
You come and go, come and go, come and go, come and go, come and go.
Like reincarnation.
The entities never die. The real you never die. That's why and that's why it reads in the Quran and whatnot. You never refer to Allah's messengers or prophets or whatnot as they're dead. They pass. If they pass, what did they pass to? So really, the black man, period. Every time somebody passed, just like the sister just died, everybody mourning over, think that's the end. That ain't the end. That's the end of her body. But that ain't the end of her.
Would she be coming back then?
Oh, if it's necessary. I'm quite. In one time or another, she will. Everybody will be back. Everybody. It won't be no such thing as where they're collected in one spot as a spiritual being. They all will become three: spiritual, mental, and physical, and they will all be back on one planet or another for living forever.
Is that your will?
That's the original Allah's will, and it's my will to make sure that I make it possible for Him.
Okay. Last question, because I know some people probably else want to ask questions.
That's all right. You ask some good ones.
When the original Allah, because I think this is the question I asked the brother back there. The original Allah, He said, created Himself.
Yes, sir.
And my question is, and I'm pretty sure you get this question a lot. How do you create yourself?
It's done the same way it's done today. Anytime that there is something that is to be brought into existence, there first must come a want. There first must be energy or emotion. And you asked the question, I hope you follow what's being said.
I'm following what you said, because Aristotle said the same thing that you're saying.
Well, I'm not Aristotle.
I know I'm saying, but I'm letting you know I'm following you.
Okay.
Okay.
I also want to let you know Aristotle is not me.
Okay, I know that.
Now, if we made him to tune in on this, very good. But the fullness of what takes place is from me. So now, the entity that everybody is, they won't stay in this one particular place. They will be in time, like the messenger said, after a while, it won't be no sun. It's going to be a different light. And this is where all of the entities go when you're not in a body or not on some other planet. All of you go to the sun. And that's where you reside. And that's why they say the sun burns or stays from its own will. And it controls the 9 planets that's out here from the will and the intensity of the thoughts of the entities that's there. Now, when it gets time for you to return back to Earth, Pluto, wherever you're going to go, the Lord or the original Allah that's there dispatches you. So as far as Alea, yes, she can't stay because I'm bringing her into the sun. So everybody that's there is going to have to go someplace. So yes, sir, whether it be tomorrow or be another million years, eventually everybody will be back.
They'll be back. Well, how did the first Allah create himself?
Well, in space, there's material or movement or motion. The motion did not at that time have any direction or purpose to it. And after the trillions and trillions and trillions of years, it developed a want. You know, it's like you get up and you don't have no job. You've been out of work 6 months. You done laid in bed. You done wore that out. I mean, you done went talk to your boys on the corner. You done wore that out. That's why you start developing a want to do something with the energy that you got. You want to think of a plan. Then after you think of it, then you start gathering thoughts or fractions to see if you can satisfy this want. And that's what happened with the production of the first being or the first Allah. That's what happened. The energy that was moving in space after a certain period of time developed a want for direction or purpose. And it started from that one want and that one cell and brought it up to what you see today.
So the first Allah was a cell then that created itself?
He started off as an atom in the sense of material.
Okay, and where did the atom come from? I'm trying to get back to
it. Was already in space. Material already existed.
Material.
The material already existed.
Right. Was there life though?
No, sir. That was the problem. It couldn't show light because it couldn't show no intelligence. It didn't have no purpose. It didn't have no aim. It just existed, just floating, just moving.
Well, okay. Well, was the atom intelligent then?
Yes, sir. After the want, developed the atom.
Right.
And from that, it started developing itself into putting matter. Once it got that one atom started, it had the formula of knowing how to put matter into motion that was directed.
Okay.
And that was your beginning. In the sense of the spiritual part coming up to the physical. So, like a thought.
Right.
A thought is not material. However, it's stronger than any force in the universe.
Exactly.
Or so the thought gave direction to the material in space and took the material and started putting it into a direction or gave it purpose. And the purpose that it gave it was for the one that started this. So he made for himself what he wanted to make.
Okay, but see, it sounds circular, and I'm not being rude for you to say that he wanted himself. That's the preconceived that he was already there. Or
No.
Life.
No,
maybe
sir.
I'm missing something.
Yes, sir, you are missing it.
Okay.
Let's go back again. Energy was already in motion. Something is moving, whether it's doing it from its own or whether it's being done from some other outside force. If it moves, it's expressing energy, right? Now, this energy don't necessarily have to have no direction to it. After a long period of time, what this motion produced was a want.
So like a desire, a want or desire, you mean in that sense?
Yes, sir, but the word desire is incorrect.
Okay,
that's a low form of want.
Okay.
Like Delilah.
Okay.
So it produced a want.
Right.
And from that, and it hasn't changed. Since that what happened, it made it law. Everything that you do now is from somebody's want. It ain't changed. It's hard for you to conceive it because we don't do it consciously. But that's what happened in the beginning, and it has not changed. It ain't like what that happened in the beginning and it's over with, so we don't. No, sir. It's just that nobody has never explained it properly to you, so you can see you're actually living this.
Right. Well, how does, and I'm sorry, how does something that doesn't have life, which you just cleared up, doesn't have life, that's an inanimate object, come to want, which is definitely something that's alive, do lively things want and desire. I don't see rocks and trees or trees alive. That's characteristics of life, wanting. So how does that?
All right, you want to listen again? I know
Yes,
you asking questions that really take some foundation to understand. But since you asking it, I'm answering it. You're not following the answer.
Okay, I missed it. I'm sorry.
I said energy that's in motion, that's moving, not sitting still, moving.
Right.
After a certain period of time, the motion itself produced a want.
So, well then is motion alive then?
Yes, sir.
Motion lives?
Yes, sir. Energy is always alive.
I understand. I mean, I believe energy to be, you have to be alive to have energy.
Well, energy itself, not that I have to be alive to have energy. Energy itself, well, just like we breathing. You don't see the air, but in the air is everything that you need. You really don't have to eat if you have the knowledge and know how to take your nourishment right from there, because the energy is there. But you don't see it. So it is alive.
Okay, but
and if it wasn't alive, well, then you breathing in and out, it wouldn't give you life.
Okay, well, I guess somebody else want to ask some questions. But
no, what I was looking at, by you asking the question that you asked and then being distracted. If you have your teacher here, maybe your teacher should be asking the question, because I am alive, whether you all think it, believe it, it don't make no difference to me. You asking the questions and I'm answering it for your upliftment of your knowledge to know how everything really got started from day or second one. If that's, I'm letting you know. And I'm letting you know in a way where you're living this, you're actually living it every day. It has never changed.
all right.
Let me explain to you this way.
Okay.
Have you heard the saying about there was 144,000 went to heaven with their Lord, and then on the other side of the mountain there was a number no man could count?
Yeah, I didn't understand it that way, but I know what you're talking about.
All right. Well, this means the reason why they couldn't be counted because they is considered nothing. Like the black man or the white man has made the nigger, which means to him nothing. So here you got this life moving around, but it ain't doing nothing for you. It ain't doing nothing for itself. So it's really nothing. So now here comes one of you all that is the nothing, start to become tired of being nothing, and you start to develop a want to stop being nothing. Then now it's hard for you to imagine this because you got so many things around you that is directed, you got the knowledge to it and direction for it. But you living right here with that, but you still are nothing. Now you either want to be a part of it, so you either got to go to college, you got to do something to satisfy what you want to be. The same thing happened from the very beginning.
Okay, but what reason I can't follow that is because you're using an analogy of people who can experience getting tired and who can experience things that's not happening. But from the beginning, there was nothing of that. There was no.
Okay.
From your day, there was nothing. And so, how did it come to get tired of what it already was? I mean, that's probably it at its essence. If it was like that from the beginning, to be desiring, wanting. I'm sorry.
Get it taken over. It might come to you.
Okay, my friend.
How you doing, brother? You keep referring to it as a it. For it to be a it, you said the energy it wanted. For it to be a it had to be something.
Energy.
Right. Okay. Where did the energy come from?
Motion.
Okay. Where did space come from?
Space don't come from nowhere.
Everything got an origin.
If space comes, you tell me where it came from.
I can't tell you that. I don't know.
All right then. So I'm saying space comes from nowhere. It is a.
So is it just?
No. Hold it, brother. Wait a minute. We're not gonna get in no back and forth as to.
No, I'm not debating.
All right. Then wait a minute now. I'm the one that's holding the meeting. You asking me about space? It don't come from no place. That's not something that somebody created or made.
You just don't have an answer for it.
You got somebody else got a question? You see what I'm saying about being stupid? It's sheer stupidity, brother.
Peace be with you.
Do you have some kind of sickness or illness?
Yes, sir, I do have that.
Okay. That's all right, baby.
So-
That's all right. You don't have to say nothing about that. We got it. You already know this happens. The black man got to go through this to see certain things. Like I tell him, I'm the man. If he don't want to burn, he might be still answering that same question when the fire comes down from the heaven. Where does space come from? But then he's going to ask, well, where's the fire coming from? He should ask me that. I can tell him exactly where it's coming from. Yes, sir. Ask your question.
Okay. I received a letter, in the mail, this leaflet. It says, "Our Savior has arrived." And so if our Savior has arrived, that tells me that the Savior has been away. And one of my questions is that if he have been away, where did he go? And the Prophet Muhammad said that.
Hold it. Let me answer that. No, I don't.
Let me finish my question, sir.
I don't need to know about what Prophet Muhammad said. Let me answer. I answer what you asked first. Then we'll go to the next question or your comment. No, sir. I'm not going to let you ask about Prophet Muhammad. We're going to go with what you ask. Then we'll deal with the other part of it. Very good. But we're going to deal with this part first. We need to get the things the way it should be gotten to, not the way you feel like it should take place. All right. Yes, sir. It is okay. Now, as far as the Savior coming, our Savior has arrived. Your Savior, it didn't say the original Allah has arrived. Your Savior, the black man here in North America, has arrived. And it is me. In the beginning, the entity that came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad was me. Came in his person to raise the messenger up to give you a message to let you know when I do come, there is some people that will listen, and I'll be able to talk with them and actually save them. Now, in order for, and I hope you listen, in order for the devil to do what he has done or is doing, the Savior could not be present. He said that just couldn't, no two gods of that magnitude could be in the same place at the same time expecting to be God. So since the one that is most powerful, that is giving the permission for the other one to be, he got to leave. The real God got to go and allow this man that you see out here and said himself to be God to be God. Now when his time is up, what he gave him 6 days, 6,000 years, when that time is up, I shall come. However, before I come, I will send you Elijah. I will send you that. And I will teach him, I will raise him up in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. After the message, you receive the message, then I will come in my own royal robe. Now, where I have been was not here with you all. I was in the sun with the original Allah. And everything that he had and has, he turned it over to me in his creation. Turned it over to me. And to give proof of this, the last 400 years that we were brought here and made slaves the way that we were, gives proof that all the prayers that you all prayed, we didn't answer them. Because if we had stopped to answer them, it would have interfered with the original Allah turning over to me his creation. So what is it for a little bit of suffering for pleasure forever, forever? So we allowed this to take place for 400 years. Then the Savior came, which is me. So I'm here. Whether it makes sense to you or not, that's the fact. So if you want to go to the rest of the question, and if you want to have understanding of what you want to ask me, that's what we'll go with. Not that you're going to teach me what Prophet Muhammad said or did.
Okay. As I was about to say.
Oh, wait a minute, before you said it. Does anybody understand that? Yes, sir. Oh, good, because I don't want to be talking over your head and everybody think, well, this is crazy. Because if you do, that's your fault. Yes, sir.
Okay. Allah said that I was a hidden treasure. I wanted to be known, so I created the world. And then right after the creation of the world, he brought his angel Gabriel and commanded Gabriel to look at the world. And Gabriel said that how in the world can a creature go wrong in a world made so beautiful? And then after Satan had got into the world, then Allah brought Gabriel back again and looked at the world. And Gabriel said, how in the world can a creature go right made in a world like that?
Say that again.
He said, how in the world can a creature go right in a world made like this? That's what after the Satan had been in the world.
All right.
Okay? And so then all this happened before the creation of man. Okay?
That didn't happen before creation of man.
According to the scriptures I'm reading from.
That's according to your interpretation.
So, okay, inshallah.
Do you understand what's taking place? Do you all understand? Because we're not going to waste a whole lot of time.
You're not going to let me ask my second question,
No, sir. We're going to do things right.
Not my second question.
Listen to me. You can ask your second question, but you're not going to lecture me as to what the Quran reads, and you don't have no understanding. Just from what you just said bears witness that if he's saying that in this world he can't see how nobody can be righteous.
That's what Satan.
Well, yes. After you said he came back the second time and you looked at it and said, well, I don't see how nobody can be righteous in this world. This give rise or give purpose for the coming of the God, to make sure he changed this foolishness. It ain't that white folks or Satan came and he just did it on his will. God said, look, we're going to let this man do this. Matter of fact, it's really Satan he's going to let do it. Since we black people wouldn't do it, we made a man that would submit to Satan. He's the Caucasian. So he do what Satan said. That's Satan's will. He just does it. So he expresses Satan. And we gave him a certain period of time to express that. Because God the original law already knew I'm here. So to make sure that you know, and all of the other saints that have a right to live forever would know, we let you see what this man would do. You couldn't see Satan, so we made a man that would do the works of Satan, just like you can't see Allah. So we made us, the black man, to do the work of what's right. So it can be seen. Now, after this has taken place, yes, then the God has to come. He can't send no messenger. He can't send no Jesus to do what he has to do. Because the original Allah himself couldn't do nothing with this. So the real one from another creation comes and takes care of this because he's not affected by this Satan here. And this is what you are living witnessing of. You're reading the Quran, I can understand that. You like what you read, I can understand that. Especially if you avoid of the understanding of what I'm doing and why. That's very understandable. What's not understandable and what's not accepted at this particular time, as for you all at this late date, because I done been through this. You're going to come up and try to show me what the Quran is saying to show me that I'm in error. That's impossible to do, because I know why. I know who wrote the Quran. I know why it was wrote, who it was given to. And like you was asking me about, where did it start from the beginning? I answered that. However, it may take a little foundation for you to understand it, but the answer is right and exact. Because it has never changed. It's just that you don't recognize it. However, I'm the one. I didn't ask you to do it because you can't. I'm the one that knows the exact interpretation of the Quran, not my opinion. I know the exact interpretation of it because we gave it to a man that is the worker of Satan, so he would not have no excuse. When I come, he cannot say, well, you didn't send to me a prophet in my own color. We can say, oh, no, sir. You can't say that. And some of you all want to say, when I say, well, Prophet Muhammad was a full-fledged Caucasian, you say, oh, no, he's the son of a goat herder or a camel or whatever. What that got to do with his race? Hey, I used to be a truck driver. Well, what that got to do with my race? Or me being the original man? This man was a full-fledged Caucasian. And he was given the Quran, it was sent through him because he did not have the nature to actually be that. We are the Quran. We are that. So when you come to me about the Quran, you're going to try to read something, you should look at what you was invited to. You was invited to come face to face with Allah himself. Not come to wage war as though I'm coming face to face with a nut and I'm going to show him he's crazy. No, then you miss all of the opportunity to actually see. Because you coming with your preconceived idea to make me see what I already done seen before I agreed to come. That's why the messenger or the scientists told me, I've been around the universe. They say it's going to be almost as hard as it was with Elijah, with you. Because the black man is still stiff-necked, hard-headed, and want to talk when I'm talking. Because he thinks he already know. He thinks. So I'm not putting up with that. I read the Quran just like you. And I know why it is, and I know why it isn't. We're talking about things that we can do right today for us. And the Quran cannot help you in North America because the government is not ran by that. The people that run the government, if you're going to have any power from the Quran, it's got to be ran from Washington. Now, since the people that's in Washington is running it, they are perfect servants for Satan. They don't want nothing to do with the Quran. So you're going to go take it and be a real slave to them because you deep in the Quran. It's true, but it ain't for you. It's out of time. That's why the messenger said it will lead you right up to me, not beyond me. And the Bible leads you right up to me, not beyond me. I don't need the Quran or Bible. If I need that, I'm not Allah. I'm independent. You got to depend on me. I don't depend on you for nothing. Nothing. And that's true. And what is unacceptable is the condition that you in and think you know so much. If you know so much, why you don't get up out of that decadent condition you're in? I, by my own self, by myself, I got a nation going, and it's a righteous nation. A righteous nation. I produce food, clothing, and shelter. I produce it for you. I don't need that much. Matter of fact, I don't need it. I can leave anytime I get ready. However, I'm a man that keeps my word. I promised the original Allah, not you because you're too dumb. I promised the original Allah I would solve your problem. And he agreed on that because I came into his home and he didn't know how I got in. And when I made myself available to him and made him know, he said, how did you get in here? Just for the fact that you got in my home and I didn't know it, you got to have more knowledge than me. And I said, I most certainly do. Your knowledge compared to mine is like a candle to the sun. And that's what I told him. So if you're getting upset from what I'm telling you, you just be upset. He didn't get upset. He said, my God. Well, yes, you can. If you can do that, you can solve the problem. Because I didn't come to speak to you and ask you how the weather is. I come to let you know I like everything that you've done. Everything that you've done. I'm in complete harmony with it. However, you've got a problem that you can't solve. And I can solve it. Do you want me to do it? How you going to do it? And I showed him. He said, well, most certainly. You go to it. And when you're finished, I will come and reclaim my universe. I said, most certainly. And while I'm doing that, I'm started on my own universe, the same way that Master Farad Muhammad, or Allah in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, started building the city before the messenger had finished the message. I'm doing the same thing. I've got my own universe started before I've completed this. Black man, you got power, but you're so dumb with it, you don't know it. And then you're going to argue with someone that wants to share it with you. I ain't looking for no guidance from the Quran. I am the guide. I am that. I really am. And I ain't looking for no help from the minister. I ain't looking from Silas. I ain't looking for no help from nobody. I want to share with you so you can see your own power. That's what I want you to see you to do. But you will never do it. Think you are contending with me. A man that thinks he's crazy or thinks he's God. And you think you're going to ask me questions that can't be answered. Where did space come from? It didn't come from nowhere. If he had to come from someplace, what was here before it came? It is a reality that just is. You got to quit being stupid and quit being dumb and quit being so disrespectful to knowledge. You will never learn nothing. This don't make nobody that has knowledge want to give you nothing. And that's why the messenger suffered every day for 40 years. They call him a daily sacrifice because he was dealing with a stiff-necked, hard-headed black man. White man didn't give him no more near the trouble that black people did. And you trying to do me the same way. But I'm telling you, I am that I am. And I know it because the truth tells me. I have experienced too much. I've been too many places. And there's no one yet, one of you or a whole bunch of you or a whole planet of you, not even the creator of this, can do anything with me. Period. If I want to annihilate him, that's the end of him. I will take his universe and roll it up and cast it away and you will never see it. Ever again. And I'm telling you what I know. Not what I believe or what I wish or what I want. What I want is to stay to my word. To end the problem of the original creator. Because he didn't deserve this. And if he had already created something and would have seen it, he might would have excluded it out of his creation. But he didn't know it. Since that was the beginning or the first. And this is why Wallace, the false prophet, came in and he started with the same way that Allah started in the beginning, with something. He didn't say in the name of Allah, he said with the name of Allah. How you going to be with Allah? Adding a partner like that. You can be with me because I'm right here. But if you're going to say a prayer, and those that are with me don't pray. I teach you the knowledge. You don't have to pray. Whatever you want to know, you know how to go and get it. So if somebody's going to be praying, well, with the name of Allah, so and so and so and so and so and so and so, you have gave Allah a partner. The correct way, if you're going to pray, you say, in the name of Allah. That's all. But you all don't see this. Well, he's the messenger's son, and he's been over the East, and he speaks Arabic, and that's the real Islam. Oh, really? It's the real Islam for them. It is nothing for us. We have to go and save them. Here's a white man over here, and the Germans, whatnot, they don't go to no Islam. They don't believe in no prophet. They don't do none of that. But they out in space. Where's the Arabs? Are they out there? No. They got Allah. So they get in an argument with each other. Do they call on Allah after they call on Satan? So you black man, you better. I'm telling you. I'm telling you the best way I know how. And it's getting to the point now I can hardly talk to you because your thoughts are so low. I got a fire coming and you're not going to survive it. You're not going to survive it. You're not going to survive it. It's going to take place in Ohio. Wallace is going to be on it. In the deepest part, like the Quran reads, 6 miles up, meeting the fire. But you all don't understand. You keep on thinking the way you're thinking. Keep on feeling as though, well, you're going to do what you please. All right. Because I'm most certainly going to do what I please. However, what I please is for you to be alive. To be alive. Now, if you've got a question, ask the question. Don't lecture me on what Prophet Muhammad is saying.
Now, my question is, it was the understanding that I was expressing was that understanding. The understanding was that what I was saying was before man's creation, before Allah created man. I hadn't got to man himself's creation. So that was the question, was my understanding. Do you agree with my understanding that when I was, what I was saying to you was that before you created, per se, Allah created man?
No, sir. That was not before then. Allah is the first creation. Really, ain't but one creation. That's Him. He created Himself as man. And after that, He made everything else He made or summons it. So everything was done in its fullness after He had completed His physical part of Himself.
When you said in Quran, if you're like saying you are Allah, when you said in the Quran about the creation of Adam, how did you mean that? Did you really mean that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The Adam that I was speaking of was the Caucasian. It was not the Adam of life, meaning us. The Adam that's the new God, or to represent this new idea that was coming in, the man that we made, that's the Adam that the Quran is speaking about. It's not speaking about the creation itself.
Okay, now, did you give the people the real creation of Adam? Did you? If you did, where is it? I mean, how can I get it?
You mean the original Adam that is us? Did I give that to the people, or what are you asking?
No. Well, let me back up a little bit. Okay. Now, what I asked first was that what Allah have given us in the Quran about the creation of Adam. Okay. That's what I asked you, and you said that wasn't. You was talking about a Caucasian Adam or so. So I was saying, my question again is to you is that the creation, the real creation of Adam, and the real Adam, Did you give that to the world, or do you how can I get that one?
Oh, I'm giving that one out now.
Can I buy it, or can
No,
I
sir,
have
no,
it, or can I take it with me?
No, sir. The only thing you have to do is accept the truth. That is today, on time. And in accepting that, that's what's going to bring you back into your real ownership of what you own. In other words, this is not to be ruled or governed in no negative or devilish way. We have seen the epitome of that. So I'm here now to make sure if you want, I'm not going to make you, but if you want to rule the planet again, it most certainly is going to happen because I'm making it possible. That's all you got to do. I ain't asked you for no money. I ain't asked you for no fame. The only thing that is required is that you be submissive and accept what's being offered.
So then you're saying that man don't rule the planet?
Yes, sir. Man rules the planet.
Okay.
But at this particular time, it isn't but 24 men of them that's doing it. Really 12 that's ruling the planet. Now, you got quite a few other people that's ruling business on the planet, but the people that is actually controlling the natural forces of the planet is no more than 24, which is soon going to be broke down to 7.
Okay, but you're saying, I'm trying to understand you here. Now, you're saying that you will rule the planet again, but now you turned around and you said that we're all ruling the planet. It's 24 or 124 was ruling the planet.
Let me say
which one of them did you mean? Did you mean that...
No, let me say it. You don't have to go through all that. Let me say it. And take out all them slurs you're putting in it. So you'll understand clearly, at this particular time, the black man is so dumb. The ones that is actually ruling the planet by the laws and principles and the power of the planet is no more than 24. Preferably, or to be specific, is 12 at this time. Until you are being made God, before you actually come into the fullness of yourself, it's going to be reduced down to 7. Then after that, you as being the black man will rule not just the planet, the whole universe. This is why it's in your lesson, who is the original man? The maker, the owner, the cream of the planet Earth. God of the universe. So you're not going to just rule this planet, you're going to rule the whole universe. But at this particular time on this particular planet, and the question that you all are asking me is like, you're way out in space. Nobody's asking me, well, how many acres do you have to feed me? What kind of clothing factory you have to put clothes on me? How many houses do you have to house me if I come? I mean, what are you using for money? Or what kind of power are you using to make people just work, volunteer, full time, and they don't get paid? But you want to know about who made space. Well, white folks is going out in space. You see? Not that I won't answer your question. However, the line of questioning to see if I'm authentic is almost out of time. You got to ask some other things first. You know, like when the baby come out, they can't say, where's the breast? They let you know, yeah. So you put them on the breast. You don't put them in the car and tell them to go to the store and get the milk. So that's what you all are doing. The question you ask is irrelevant. You don't have the wherewithal to understand it. Before I can get it out of my mouth almost with another question. So it lets us know you didn't understand. That was heavy. But you glossed over it. You see, you're standing there like, well, I can't wait to get to ask him because let's see if he can answer this. I can answer anything you ask. You're not brainy enough to ask me something I can't answer. Nobody in here has the brains to ask me something that I cannot answer. The question is, can you understand the answer? That's the question. Prophet Muhammad, fine. Peace be unto him. He was a Caucasian. For Caucasian people, to give them no excuse for what they are doing. That's why it reads, and it's all well known that if you're a Muslim, you don't die from grief. You don't have no grief. Prophet Muhammad died from grief. He grieved himself to death. Don't no original man do that that's actually in the knowledge of God. That's impossible. But you miss all the little things. You miss it. Then you come to me with all that you missed and think that you got everything. And I'm looking at you. You're going to burn. Put on the record, burn, baby, burn. Because that's what's going to happen.
So So it's no record of Prophet Muhammad being a so-called white man.
Well, whether you have a record or not, I'm telling you that's what he was.
Well,
and I don't have to lie on
well,
it.
if you God, then you make him say that to me.
Yes, sir.
You understand? But then the understanding I have of God and you is two different. I see two, and we call it polytheism.
Why would you?
That's association
wait,
God with God.
Wait. Here's the problem. Why would you have to say that? If you would have to say that, then it would be no need for me to be here. If you didn't have to say it and you already know the difference, I wouldn't have to be here. But since I have to be here, I'm expecting you to say that. So I'm saying don't even say it before you say it because you're wasting time. If you already knew, I wouldn't have to be here. But I already know you're going to ask these dumb questions. That's why I got to come before you and say it. I can't just put it in print because you ain't going to read it. If you do read it, you're not going to believe it. So I come to you live, living person so you can see it. You don't see no rings, watches. You don't see nothing of this world to show that I have any vanity or anything of this world that I'm a part of, other than the knowledge that I want to share with you. I said just a few minutes ago, all these people, Louis went over there. He'd been in Africa plenty of times. How come he wasn't offered that? And if he was offered it, how come we're not receiving the benefits of it as a people, since he's in the seat to do just that? So I'm saying, the people said, look, take the gold. And one of the sisters said, well, we know you're sent from God. A lawyer was sitting there, well, why would you let them do that? They didn't give you no deposit or nothing. They said, because this man is from God. They don't know me. They can recognize it, but you can't. I ain't said one word to them. I just told the man, go over there and whatever business you conduct, and I hope you listen. Whatever business you conduct it with your hands open. And do not allow them to curse you to give them something under the table or to give them a bribe. If they offer that, tell them no deal. Both hands has got to be open, yours and theirs. And they are eating it up. You see? So if I had something to hide, you would have already known it. And I'm not even keeping the knowledge from you. I'm just keeping the ignorance from me. Like I wrote about death. Death is the pronounced twin of ignorance. Only time you die is because of your ignorance. So when you ask me something, what you believe, well, now, I'm not interested in what you believe. Well, my thoughts are not yours, and yours is not going to prevail. Mine is. Prophet Muhammad was a full-fledged Caucasian. Now, I don't care if you find a record. It don't make no difference. I'm telling you as God who he is. I can tell you where the first God came from, how he created himself and everything else. So I most certainly know about Prophet Muhammad. I know about Raymond Sharif. I know about Farrakhan. I know about Silas. You ask me, I know about it. I know about Wallace, why, how, and who. I know all this. So I don't just know about where space came from. I'm saying this so you all can see, black man. That's why you don't have your woman, because you're too dumb. As pretty as Leo is, she should have been married, producing some kind of children. No, what's she doing? She's doing what you let her do because she can't find no man. Then she get on a plane and get killed because of ignorance. Too stupid, going to make the man carry more on the plane, and the pilot must have been dumber than her, or whoever made him do it. He's supposed to know he can't carry that weight. So she died from ignorance. You get this? And don't say, well, Allah called her home. I ain't called nobody home. If you go, it's because your own hands. When I call you, you will know it. And everybody else know that I called you. I'm being Allah. Yes, sir. Something else?
Now, if you are God, Allah, why would you accept being from Allah, from God, if you are God?
I didn't hear or understand the question.
Okay, you said that some people said that they know you was from God, and they wanted to give you gold and this and that and other. And but I said, if you are God, why would you accept being from God?
Not me from God. Abbas, they recognized that he was from God, not me. Abbas Rasul is with me. I sent him there. They recognized that he was from God. They didn't know me as being God. They just said, God sent you. Matter of fact, it was a sister there said she saw him twice in a dream. And each time the dream told her that God was sending him, showed her his face. You see? So we kept the law. Always warn a person before it actually takes place. So she saw it coming. But the thing is with you all, you know, the gold and things and everything, if I'm going to bring you out with great substance, what do you think I'm going to snap my fingers and going to fall like the sky? I'm supposed to bring you out of this with great substance, with it. Not bring you out and then give it to you. The same time I'm bringing it out, you're going to have the substance. Where's it going to come from? It's already laid up and stored up and waiting for us. The woman's 70 years old. She's saying, I never knew why. I never gave it to the white man. Now I know why God had me to hold it all this time. You see? Everybody can recognize this but us. Maybe you all say, well, he can't be God because he's sweating. If I didn't sweat, you wouldn't sweat. What I do is I make it a law. You're not going to do something I'm not doing because you might get one up on me. Yes, sir.
Revolutionary greeting, God.
Yes, sir.
I was invited to come out to this program today.
Yes, sir.
I guess as members of your organization, United Nations of Islam, and as an organizer, been a member of the United States of Africa Revolutionary Party and African United Front of Dallas. I felt there was a need to come and check your organization out. And basically, as a organizer in the African community, I'm always trying to find out, you know, brothers and sisters, you know, in developing working relationships.
Yes, sir.
And so, you know, I'm trying, you know, basically for me coming here as an organizer, you know, my only thing is how to do work together in some type of collective, you know, process that collectively decided.
Well, take the 800 number, call our secretarial department. We'll put you in touch with Abbas Rasul, and we'll see what we can do.
Oh, okay. So what about locally?
Locally, we only have a couple of brothers here at this time.
Mm-hmm.
But just because it's locally, it don't mean that we can't make things happen here also.
Mm-hmm.
We're not restricted no place on the planet.
Okay, then.
It depends upon the willingness of the person and the reason why they want to do business with us. Because we're not taking the partner of wrong with us. If you got something that's good for our people, we most certainly will back you with it, or we'll be a partner with you if it's good for our people. If it's not, we're not going to engage in it.
Well, basically, you know, as a member of the African United Front, you know, it's a collective of different groups.
Well, this is the problem. When you have all those collection of different groups, you got a myriad of different ideas that is always in conflict with each other. This is why our Savior has came that has a singular idea that must be expressed. And when you speak of this group, you know, our group, that's the wrong language. It automatically makes you see this less than what it is. This is the United Nation of Islam. That way, groups can come up in that, but it itself is not a group. And I am the supreme being of all things, including what you're doing. So now, if it is to exist, you have to be in harmony with what we're doing. If it's not going to exist, just keep doing what you're doing.
Well, you know, I'm not in a disagreement with you on you being.
Well,
I'm not in disagreement with you being God, right? I don't have no problems there,
okay.
Right? And
well, I still want you to speak to yourself, right? We're not a
and
group.
if I insulted your organization,
no, see, there you go again.
You know,
In other words, it's not an insult. It's hard to insult me. It's very hard. What I'm doing is giving the proper instructions so you will get the fullness of what is actually in front of you. We're not an organization. We are a nation. If you keep looking at organization, that puts you in your own thinking, our equal. You're not. We're a nation. We're not no organization. We're not a group. We're the United Nation of Islam. And Islam is not by no geographical thing. The whole planet has to come under the laws and principles of how Allah do things. So we call it Islam, but we're the nation of it. United, united. So if you got something good for our people that's going along, unite with us. And we will most certainly make it prosperous. We will make it grow. That's what, and I'm telling you how to get into, if you want to get in touch, just on the business purposes, call the 800 number so you can get in touch with Abbas Rasul and take it from there.
Well, I mean, I always feel that first, before you deal with business, first you have to make sure that people have the proper set of ideas that
Yes,
you
sir.
can work with.
Yes, sir.
Because you could be working with the wrong folks.
Absolutely.
You know, so.
I'm witness to that.
So, but anyway, my brother, I just came here, so there's no struggle.
Yes, sir. Well, I hope that you will be with this so as that you can be a help to quite a few people that actually need help. We, here in North America, the black man, if we ever expect to be respected by anything, we're going to have to wake up and actually be a man. Quit talking about it. Quit acting like you a man because you know 1 + 1 is 2. I mean, the enemy knows that. And you ain't no man because you know the Quran and you can recite it. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to you. If you're not caught up in that, you can be a great instrument to dispel this foolishness. And most of the people that come from Africa, they look at us like we crazy anyhow. You know, the black man over here, you know, hey, you've been free. What's wrong with you? You're in the mightiest country in the world. Look at you. And you almost can't blame them. So you are Africa, you're business-minded, or you are a man that wants to build or create. This is the United Nation of Islam. If you be with this and with this is the right idea. And then if it is, this is. I have to check yours to see if yours is right. If it is, then it's hard to say where we may dispatch you. Maybe back to Africa to deal with some things there, because we most certainly are coming. We're on the way.
Well, that's good because we do a lot of work in Africa too.
Yes, sir.
And but at the same time, you know, dialogue is sometimes good, and setting up the situation for dialogue is critical.
Yes,
and I'm saying even to speak a common language is critical, even to use common terms. Like with the African United Front, one of the thesis of our front, organizing this front, is from moving from thought and action. At least we collectively study things collectively, then we move. At least if we have an opposition to somebody, we're aware of that opposition. You know, they put it on the table, and then if it's democratically agreed on, then we deal with it. If it's not democratically, if you can't put your position on the table and that we democratically agree to it, because I'm saying that one thing about as an African, you know, it's the right of self-determination. Like in the earlier, you discussed a law, and that was the law of self-motion. When you talked about how God came into creation, right, and through motion, and that motion had so you're saying that motion had the property of self-motion, where it eventually developed itself. You know, it goes through, I guess you said God went through a developmental stage.
Right.
I love that. That's really nice. That's really nice. I know that God developed. So I know that even as men and women, that as a people, we are in a stage of development.
Right.
And so as a member of the African United Front, I'm trying to see what level can we develop certain relationships.
Okay.
So, but, you know, anyway,
yes, sir.
we thank you.
Make the call. Call and make the call and see where we can, you know, and if you want to do some more checking, check with the brothers here. We have classes. Check with the internet. We're on the internet. However, in this particular country, we have a unique problem, a unique one. What you all are facing is doing something for yourself in your own country. The question that should arise is, why isn't it being successful to the point of your expectation? God is controlling everything. So you got a front, but you got all these obstacles. I'm the man that removes them. And my idea is so large, I can't put it on a table. You bring yours and see if it fits in this country. In your country is something different. This country here is unique. That's why the Savior had to come here to save his people here. That's why I'm here. Yes, sir. You got another one? Oh. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Assalamu alaikum, Father.
Walaikum salam.
We thank you and the Royall family for coming here to Texas
Yes,
again. And Father, could you share with us more? The brother was asking the question of you being our Savior. However, in Malachi 4:1, when we were taught, we came up Christians, us that studied the Bible, it shares in Malachi 4:1 that you are going to, this is the judgment of America, and that it will physical burn with fire.
Yes, ma'am.
And at this time, would you share about the dome being placed? My husband and myself heard on the news that it's a dome has been placed over America. No one can get out. They can't go nowhere. And so the brother wanted to know, how are you our Savior? Where in Malachi 3:1, it was shared that you sent us a messenger. And the message was to this black man.
Yes, ma'am.
So could you share more about this dome right now that's placed over America, that no one will be able to get out, that your prophecy is being fulfilled at this time? Thank you.
Well, yes, ma'am. This is what is to take place in this country, is not to affect any other country. In order to do that, we're making this country like an oven. You know, we have the heat, but it's controlled. It's, you know, you've got a door. You can look through the glass and see what's cooking, how it's cooking. You can look on the outside and see what temperature it is. But you can stand right there next to it and don't feel the heat. But partner, inside that oven, not only are you feeling it, you're burning up. So it's the same principle that's happening here in North America. It isn't going to be a dome just automatically jump over it. We're doing it by degrees. So when the fire starts, all of the smart brothers that think that they know so much, they're not going to know where to run. They're not going to be with us. And the fire will make its presence. And the dome, by then, the energy and the atoms will be placed so tightly together. Mexico and Canada will be slightly affected by it. However, they will be able to look and see it, and they will be able to see it. It'll look like a beautiful blue, light blue ball. All of America. And other countries will be looking from afar looking at this. And by seeing it, whatever we say, they're going to go forth with all kind of vigor to make sure they try to do it, because they don't want no part of that. They're going to wail and moan for what's happening to this country, but nobody's going to lift a finger to try to do nothing. And all of them brothers, they're so smart, and there was a constant hypocrite to the messenger. Caused him all kinds of pains and misery. Brought him to his deathbed. They're going to be raised up 6 miles, meeting the fire. So that's why it reads in the Quran, those people will be in the deepest part of the fire. Wallace is going to be one of them. And many other brothers that think that they're so smart. They're going to be right there. And I'm going to have the 19 over to make sure they can't get out. But that's what's going to happen. And it's going to take, just like they say, all the time to burn that much cool. So that's a reality. However, before that takes place, like I said, what you going to eat? What kind of bread you going to eat? You go to the store today, that's not bread. You got a book. If you want to read the ingredients, you be reading. And they got to put it in small print because they got so much of it. All of it's chemicals. So ain't no food. You're not eating food. Ours is wheat and water. And a little yeast, whatever to put it, it's about 3 or 4 ingredients, that's it. Because we grow our own wheat, take it to our own mill, our mill. We grind it up, make the flour, put it in our bags, put it on our truck, take it to our bakery, bake it, and then bring the bread. You got some bread right back there made from it. You see? But you got the brothers, they know Prophet Muhammad. Yeah? Well, go visit him. You got all it was. Well, I'm following the messenger. Well, go visit him. They got the Christian, well, I'm with Jesus. Well, go visit him. To do it, you got to die. If you're going to be with Allah, I'm the God of life. If you're with me, you're going to live. But all them other people that you hold so great, go visit them. I'm with Minister Farrakhan. Oh, really? Well, then you receive the same thing he got. And don't tell me he's in my favor in that kind of condition. If he's in my favor with that kind of condition, well, darn. What you got to do for Satan to do something to you? But you can't think. If I'm going to do this to you, and you my beloved, I ain't left nothing for Satan to do to you. I'm doing his job too. But we don't think. There's a bunch of dumb people. Whole nation in operation, and they chanting Minister Farrakhan, Minister Farrakhan, Minister Farrakhan. How does he stand with God? How does he stand with me? And why don't he never say something about me? I'm doing what he was talking about. I'm doing it. He can invite the Pope. He can invite the rabbi. He can invite everybody. He can invite the rappers. He can go to the summits, but he won't even mention my name through his lips. Why is that? Yes, sir, brother. I'm saying all this because I want you to think. Quit being stupid and think. It's not my will that you burn. However, if it is yours, I'm certainly going to accommodate you. Simple as that. Yes, sir.
You're referring to some black men or some of the people as dummies.
As what?
And as dummies? As dumb?
Dumb? Yes, sir.
And that's because of ignorance, you're saying?
Yes, sir.
And
willfully.
And also Aaliyah's death as part of her ignorance.
Yes, sir. It happened because of ignorance.
Okay. But yet, from listening to you, the first Allah was ignorant in his creation. And
you see the price of it.
Okay, and I see the price. So would that make him the big dummy then?
See, here's a brother that's so smart to come up to try to be smart.
No, I'm not trying to be smart.
No,
I'm falling for exactly what you just said.
All right, let me answer your question.
Okay.
No, sir, he's not a big dummy. That was a mistake. It wasn't that he was ignorant to that in a sense where he don't have no knowledge. That was one thing he was ignorant of because this was in the beginning. Like when you came from your mother's womb, you was ignorant to the fact that your mother, but she still existed as your mother. You had to learn that was your mother. So that ignorance cannot be charged to him. The ignorance that I'm talking about is after knowledge was sent to you, you refused it. So you certified the ignorance. So you pay the price of it. And even the God in his not knowing, now he's still paying the price. Look at you. You're his people. But look at the shape that you're in.
My question is...
No. We want to understand this. Since you said it the way you said it, you made mock of what I said. Well, maybe you didn't think you did, but to the intelligent man you did.
Okay.
And I'm intelligent. And so I'm answering it in a way where you will see. Yes, it wasn't because he did this after knowledge was there. He's the author of knowledge. He had to develop himself. And this is why the messenger said, we're going to be new people. However, we're going to grow into it. We don't just jump into it. You're going to grow into it the same way the original Allah did. He grew into being what he was. And since it was nobody but him, he had to be Allah, and everything that came after him, he was the master of it, except negative, that he knew nothing of. However, now you and I are here, and we have full knowledge of it. And then when we ignore it, you're a big dummy. So death takes you from it, from being ignorant. And the same thing happened with the original Allah. Because of it, and he couldn't get rid of it, he decided to lay his body down. He made a die. Like somebody made a die and made this lamp, made a die and made this. They made a die, a plastic die, what you call die. Meaning that he laid his body down and left. And when he did that, he made a die. And that's why you say people die. It's not that they actually died in the sense of a die. They're fitting the law that the original law did. So he had to come up and say, well, don't refer to his die as far as my prophets or ministers or whatnot. Refer to them as passing. However, it really is with everybody. Except white folks. They even pass too. They just don't go where we go. So your question, I have answered it. And also, the way that you ask it. If you could just keep in mind just a little bit in your thinking that I'm talking to the Supreme Being, you would check your language. You wouldn't be so loose with it. Respect, you can't learn nothing if you don't respect knowledge. You can't do it. You don't have to respect me, the person. But what you see coming or hear coming from my lips, you should respect that and select your words to make sure that there is no offense in it. Don't be careless and loose. And not just you. Everybody that comes in and everybody that hears this tape. Because people don't come to the meetings. But we get hundreds of orders for the tape from here because we can't duplicate them fast enough. So the people that are listening, they just won't come. So I'm saying what I want them to hear on the tape. Black man, we got to wake up. We got to wake up. And they say, well, then, did you really expect me to say, well, yes, the original law was that he was the biggest dummy?
No, I didn't expect that. I wouldn't. I mean, you're a follower. That would make you a dummy if you would say that. What I'm I didn't call him a dummy. I said that would make him if he said.
Okay, I understand that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, go ahead.
But what I'm saying is, if we are a product of the original Allah's mistake,
yes, sir.
Then, and you being sent here to correct that mistake, then I don't see how your position is to fault us if that's a fault in the creation and
no.
seem like we wouldn't burn because of that's his fault.
No, sir. No, sir.
That's the way I see it.
It would be his fault if he didn't send help. This is why they say he wrote it. My people lose their life for the lack of knowledge after it was sent to them and they rejected it. He didn't say my people lose their life because the knowledge was sent to them and they accepted it. You rejected it. Then death came. But if you accepted it, you shall not die. You shall have everlasting life. In other words, I don't get no pleasure out of speaking this way, but I'm speaking to a mindset, not necessarily the person that I see, but the mindset is always confronting like I'm just getting started. If I've done enough now that white folks know, how come you don't know? The enemy knows exactly what I'm doing. Why? And you know how he know? Because every time I open up a new business, I got to go downtown or whatnot or whatever. Look, here's the license, here's the permit, here's the money for it. So I got it. So it's on record. But I put it on the net, I come and speak to you, I ain't going out there to him, he's crazy. Well, white folks say, oh man, like we went out last night. White people seen us, we went to a restaurant, the people had closed. The brother said, hold on. He went up there and talked to the brother, we standing there. We just standing there. The man looked at us, he said, wait a minute, hold on. He went back, the manager came back and he said, you all want to eat dinner? Yes, well we closed it. Well, we didn't know you closed it early. He said, come on. Because the way we look, he's seen the God and the children of God. And then some other people came right behind us, going to step across the thing to come in. He come, wait a minute. Oh, no. No, sir, we're closed. Did that happen? You see? Because the brother wanted to take me out and show me a few things of their kindness or their courtesy. He'd already planned for it. We got there, and Satan was there saying, well, no, you can't have it. Why are you going to say no to God? So I'm still standing there watching it. He goes back. First, he go get the cook, because the cook was clean up, get ready to go home. And the cook said, well, okay. Then the manager comes out. Look, you all want to eat? We're closed. Now, here's the brother that made the plans. He don't know. See, here's this again. He's ignorant to the time. Because he didn't know the time, but they had changed it because they didn't have very much business, so they're going to close. So he speaks to the brother. I understand that. He's not brother, Caucasian. Come on in. And the man, he gave us the whole place. And the food was tremendously good. I said, we must have one of us back there cookies.
Yes, sir.
You see? And this happens all the time. All the time. If I got my wife with me, you say, God got a wife? Most certainly do. If I didn't have one, you wouldn't. I'm trying to make you a man so you can get your woman back. She's loose. I go someplace with my wife, and they see us, I'm never denied. Even by you. Because when I ask, what I'm asking for is genuine. And I let you know that. And if I accept a no from you, it's because you can justify it. If you justify it, I got to go with it. I understand. Thank you anyhow. That's the way it is done. You got to wake up, black man. You see what's here now? You got 4 or 5 brothers here. Half of them is gone. Because they think they know. Did I make up about Ohio? Did I answer the question about the dome? Did I make up about the 6 miles high, deep part of it? All these things. Did I tell you about space? I mean, I can't be crazy and say these things. So who's the crazy person? I'm telling you about death and it being a pronounced twin. It's a twin, but it's the pronounced twin of ignorance. And this is what I'm confronted with all the time, ignorance. Man, it's got to be, this is why before I came, said after Elijah must first come. So by the time he finished, there will be at least somebody I can talk with that ain't crazy. But I'm hard pressed to find them. It's supposed to be 144,000. I want you to listen, because if you didn't come with the messenger and you not come under the messenger, I really didn't even come for you. As it is written, if it were not for the sake of the elect, there would be no flesh left on the planet. The remnants, the elect, the 144,000, the ones that came under Elijah. If you didn't receive your ex before 1975, I didn't come after you. I gave a tinker's damn about you. I'm keeping my promise for the 144,000, and if you lack what you see me do, come on. But I didn't come after you for you to tell me how smart you is, because you are not smart. Your woman is smarter than you. And 85% of her is going to be gone. She's going to burn in the fire. Y'all better get with it. You better get with it. Time is upon you. And I'm not holding back 1 second because you say, oh, I didn't know. Too bad, too late, and I'm not sorry. Everybody hear this tape? I mean exactly what I say, and I say exactly what I mean. So I do hope, brother, that you be with us. You have a good heart. I can see that. But we need more than good today. This problem is unique. It's deep-seated. You all have a love for this world that is bringing you to death. And look like you're not going to let it go until you're almost to the last second where you're unusable, cannot be utilized. And that's why they said you couldn't even be counted. There's no such thing as people on the other side of a mountain that God can't count. It meant that God can't count nothing. If you were nothing, you can't be counted. However, it said, I made your robes white. Wash them with the blood. I mean, my knowledge. You can't take red blood and wash garments and make them come out white. So you're going to make it because of what I'm sharing with you. And remember, dumbness and stupidity and ignorance only lasts as long as you let it. You got the power over that. Only as long as you let it. When you make your mind up, that's the end of that. That's the end of it. Okay, brother, I'll keep my mouth shut.
Just now, I'm gonna keep mine after this, and I appreciate you for answering my questions, attempt to answer my questions. I'm not gonna disrespect you, and if I have, I apologize because you guys opened up the doors for us to come in. I've been pressed for time, but your brother talked me into come in and get my questions. But the question of ignorance, I have an analogy, and then you answer this for me. And this, as far as the black man or black people being dumb or ignorant, if I, for some reason, caused everyone in this room to catch a disease, okay, and they all caught it, and it was because of me, and yet at the same time I came up with the cure. And I came and I presented the cure to everyone in the room. Then some rejected it and some accepted it. I can't fault the ones who didn't accept it, because the same person with the cure is the same person with the cause. And I ask you that, and when you call the black man or the black people dumb, and it's something that Allah himself, or the original Allah, had created.
Well, what you're missing is this. You came back with a cure. Then if the person don't take it, that's what makes them dumb. They wasn't dumb because they caught it from you. They didn't know you had it. They wasn't ignorant because they couldn't caught it from you because they didn't know you had it. The ignorance that I'm talking about is when you know something and you go against it. When you come with the cure and the person that says no, you can't make them accept it, but they're most certainly labeled as being ignorant. Their own actions, not that you calling them that, they are being that. Now the ones that accept it, they're not ignorant, and they shall live. But the other ones, you can't make them take it, but you most certainly can adequately identify them. They are ignorant.
You could definitely say that they meant their doom because they rejected it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I agree with that. But
yes, sir.
But you could also have to have sympathy that they saw the one who caused it. Then why would I believe him this time?
Well, all they have to do is wait a while and see if it worked on you. You had it, and now you all right. And this particular day, if you come with a cure, it can easily be checked out. We don't have to wait and see if we can, go to a black scientist. Go get a book yourself. Get your microscope, go down and check it. Check it yourself. It's too many things. We got herbalists. I got doctors with me. Health doctors. Natural doctors. Doctors that lay their hands on you. Doctors that can look at you and tell you what's wrong. And tell you what to do to get well. You see, so if the person don't do it, I sent a sister to Phoenix, Arizona to make sure that I'm well equipped for the sickness of our people. Am I taking you too long? For the sickness of our people, because it's written that we are sick from the crowns of our head to the soles of our feet. We're sick. So I said, I want to make sure that I am capable of dealing with this scenario. So I send her to a master. He says he's a master. He goes, I take her there, she goes through the study course and whatnot, and what he said to her, he said, I have never met no one like you. He said, especially Muslims. He said, when they come from Lewis, they're very arrogant, self-seated. He said, I really don't even want to talk to them. But you say you're a Muslim? I can't upset you. I can't come no kind of way to raise your dander. He said, what perplexes me is what? I know you got more knowledge than me. Where did you get it from? Yes, sir. You understand what I'm saying? In other words, here I'm sending somebody to learn, and the one she's learning from is telling her he knows she got more knowledge than him. However, it's not the knowledge he got, but he's recognizing it. You see? So now she completed the course with what she already knows. Now she knows what he knows. And we got our health, what do we call it, wellness centers. She goes around the country, healing people, black people. White people found out about it, they want to come and say, nope, we're not in the business for that. We're not in the business to be a competition with white folks. We're not growing food to feed white folks. We're not building houses to house white folks. They do that oh so well. Everything we do is for us. And that's why we are never a threat to him. We don't set up no store in his community and try to get his people to come in and support it. That's competition. We ain't in competition with the devil. We're in competition with ignorance. So everything we produce it for us. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
You see? Well, it looks like everybody left. You can't hang with God. Well, I ain't going to say everybody because some of you are still here. Yes, yes, ma'am?
Thank you, Father. Speaking of food, clothing, and shelter, yes, sir, in Deuteronomy, again, you have already came to us, Father, with the scripture in Deuteronomy 28:53. You shared that those in that scripture, you have given us a forewarning for those who do not. These are the curses of the disobedient. For those that do not adhere to you at this time, then that men will eat their own children from the wife that they say they love so much in the church. And they would eat, and the woman who says she loves her husband would eat the afterbirth that's in her womb. This prophecy is now being fulfilled. This is Allah in person. Thank you.
Thank you. That might be a little dramatic, however, it's true. It's true. And don't wait until they get to your door before you say, well, I ain't going to believe until I... A lot of times you see something, you wait until you see it, it's too late. You see a speeding bullet coming, you know, more likely you can't move out of the way fast enough. Waited too late. However, I'm not taking any more ignorance that's coming to me from our people. I don't have to do it. I'm being myself. And I'm confronting whatever comes. However you want to come, that's the way I'm going to retaliate. If you become intelligent, then I must be intelligent. If you become ignorant, I'm not going to be ignorant, but I'm not going to accept it. If you want to go to war, we'll go to war right here where I'm standing at the mic. And I guarantee you, absolutely no, without a shadow of a doubt, no question in my mind, not one fiber of my being, you're going to lose. And according to how you come, will determine how miserable you lose. I am God. I really am. Can't help it. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, Father. Just wanted to show the time.
Oh, yes, it was time for us to go?
Yes, sir. They waiting on us.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well, let's do like, say we're going to have to get our own place. We're going to have to do this. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Father.